shall emerge triumphant from this ordeal, and through the crucible unscathed will pass. When we are poised, the wounds of battle to heal, we shall remember those who died in mass. Then shall our trumpets fill the glorious song of victory. We scored might and wrong. Oh God, protect us from the hidden pitfall. Guide all our movements, lest we go astray. Give us the strength to heed the humanist call, to give and not to count the cost each day. Let those who rule to serve with resoluteness, to make this climb a land of righteousness.
We observe a minute silence to the fallen heroes of Biafra, and the time starts now. We mourn our heroes past, we celebrate them. And our heroes that are living, we celebrate them as well. Our babies, women, and children that have been slaughtered, our men, our grandmothers, our grandfathers, we mourn them. And we hold their existence because they all died for Biafra. They did not die for their own cause. They died for Biafra. We will keep the flag flying above sea level until Biafra is fully restored.
Yes, fellow Biafrans, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending your location. Wonderful Biafrans, today is 2nd of December. We mark the celebration, or should I say, we mark the remembrance of our redeclaration in Finland This time last year, we were already in Finland. We are not going to celebrate like celebration as our leaders are all detained. Biafrans, it was a very painful feeling yesterday when I was scrolling down and I saw a native doctor saying that he went and poured libation and was praying for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was crying in spirit that the Igbos have abandoned him, that we are all preparing for Christmas and nobody is remembering him. I was almost in tears because Onyendu is inside. He does not understand what is going on, including our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. These two powerful leaders of Biafrans, they have been made to pay an awful price, and their detention breaks our heart. But unfortunately, right now, there is nothing we can do. So, my brothers and sisters, I implore all of you to think twice in your mind. Ask yourself, what can we do to appease the mind of Onyendu and Mazi Simon Ekpa, who are currently detained against their will, against the rule of law, just because of intimidation, marginalization, and all that. So we are here today to remember and mark our first anniversary after last year. Unfortunately, also, we are not going to forget those who sabotaged us, but God Almighty did not allow them to completely take over every effort of our Onyendu and Mazi Simon Ekpa by giving us our current leader, Mazi Ogenkere. I say, may God bless him. May God bless Biafrans. May God continue to support Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa. Let them come out there in one piece. Because my people, I have heard of some prisoners who died of heart attack in the prison, but may God continue to keep them as long as they live. We are with them in spirit, and we keep praying that God Almighty will release them, because what God cannot do does not exist. You all know that as Christians, we will remember when Peter was put to prison, his followers were praying, and the angel of the Lord went in as Peter was sleeping, woke him up, and all the chains on his leg got broken, and he took Peter. They came to the gate, and the gate opened, and the angel took Peter out. And Peter came to where his followers were praying, and they were all shocked. So what God cannot do does not exist. We will continue to pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa's release, our two great leaders. By this time last year, we were in Finland. We never knew that when we come back that somebody like Ngozi or Abu Fulani will do what she did, or that even at the middle of our journey, that somebody like Imam Adabu will do what he did. But today, what do we have? Another two powerful men, Mazi Ogenkere and Mazi Soni Akparawa, and all the powerful ministers that are working with them. We will continue also to put in prayer Triple General Butuzo and all the men working with him. Biafrans, it is not over until it is completely over. We have a lot to talk about, and one of them majorly is our donation, because that is our own weapon. Ejema and Eje remains our weapon to fight and give Onyendu what he wants. Onyendu said in this song, I did not jump bail. They came to my house to kill me. I am already dead. The only thing that will bring me back to life is Biafra. So my brothers and sisters, we have to give that Biafra to Onyendu and give it to ourselves. Give it to our generation unborn. Biafra marks our beginning and our end. Are we going to leave it to die a natural death? And if you people say yes, I will say no for you people. But if you say yes with me, let us get it on. My people, we are not celebrating, but we are marking the anniversary because of Onyendu and our PM. Ndewonu, my people. Ụmụnne m ndị nọ n'ụlọ, ekenekwa m unu. Nke onye chiri ya zelu, ọ ga-adịlụ nwoke mma, dịlụ nwaanyị mma. Tata bụ 2nd of December 2025. Anyị na-elota mgbe anyị nọ na Finland last year. Mụnwa so wee je. The excitement, Ngozi cut it short. Immediately we came back. Ngozi started her katakata. Ya ka nji wee na-asị unu na today onye ọbụla ga-elote ife anyị ji eme Biafra. Anyị achọrọzi ibi na Nigeria. Anyị achọrọzi anything with ndị Nigeria. And the only weapon anyị nwere kịta bụ to donate Ejema and Eje. Ụmụnne anyị na ụmụnne anyị bi na homeland. Onye ọbụla malụkwa maka Christmas a. Ọ bụ na ịma ananwu ụnọ nọdụ ebe ị nọ. Stay where you are. Because some will go home and may not come back. Things are not okay. Biafra has not come yet. Ndị nọ n'ụlọ ka m na-agwakwa okwu ahụ. Onye ananwuru ọnya nọdụ ebe ọ nọ. Stay where you are. Things are not good now. But nevertheless, we have to remember our 1-year anniversary. That anniversary is just for us to celebrate within us, not open celebration. Because Onyendu nọ n'ime, Mazi Simon Ekpa nọ n'ime. Our Mazi Ogenkere is carrying a heavy load at the moment. We must remember that. And how do we help him with this load? Ejema and Eje, no matter how small. Some people come, they donate 2,000 Eje. We will sing for you. We will accept you. Because if you have 800 Eje and you add 200 Eje, it will make it 100. If you have 99 Eje and you put 1 Eje to it, it will become 100. So my people, let us continue to thank our God that at least our 2 leaders are still alive. One day, God will bring them out for us. Ndewonu. So yesterday, our information minister had something to tell us. I did not go far enough this morning to look for information, but thank God we have his broadcast last night. We have to listen to it and see what he said to us and analyze it, and we will get it on from there, my people. I love you all. And I say, may God continue to bless you people. Biafra is almost here, my people. That is the word of our APM. Biafra is here. You have to remain positive in life. They say that tongue is the smallest part of the body that is very powerful. What you decree for yourself is what you get. What you ask God is what He gives you. So we have to positively accept that Biafra is here. Because since last year, 2nd of December, when Biafra was redeclared in Finland, Lahti, Finland, there has been a lot of progress, regardless of all the sabotage that we experienced. So ndị be anyị, ngwele si n'enu osisi wee daa, ọ sị na onye etori ya na ya ga-eto onwe. We have to praise ourselves because Nigeria government is always using your own to fight you, using the governors, and the governors will come in between us and be bribing them to destroy what we are doing. It will never happen. It will never happen. We cancel it. It will never happen again. We will never have another Ngozi or another Imam Adabo. Biafrans, we move. I greet my sister Eukaria Ndewo. Thank you for being here. And my brother Clement, thank you so much for joining us. My other brother Ndokalo Ndewo, thank you also for joining us. My beautiful sister Mary Telkam, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So let us go to our information minister's broadcast. It's not talking.
Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court. They cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court. They cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court. They cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the Constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court. They cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the Constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court. They cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the Constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court. They cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the Constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court. They cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the Constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court. They cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is very clear and straightforward. It's there. Go and check it yourself. And you're asking me to be happy instead of me to be upset that I was arrested. Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the Constitution of the zoo called Nigeria. I did no wrong. That was why after 2 years they could not prove any case. Even till now, we are still in court. They cannot prove any case. And people talk as if they are so moronic that an animal is better than them. They say I insult them. I insult you because you can't reason properly. I did nothing wrong. Calling for the establishment, or should I say the restoration of Biafra, is within provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
We mourn our heroes past, we celebrate our heroes, both the dead and the living, as we continue to fight on to see that Biafra is fully restored. He said, he said, he said. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night to some of you, depending on your time zone. I bring you warm greetings. The photo you see on the screen is to affirm that one Nigerian terrorist politicians are actually the ones sponsoring the terrorist groups who carry out the massacre of babies, women, and children on a daily basis. I salute all of you. As you join the program, please do well to share. Earlier this afternoon, we had our indomitable lobbies and legal representative on a live interview. And if you did not listen to that live interview, go and listen again. I will do well to download that interview and upload it again because now Facebook, they delete broadcasts after, I think, 3 months or 1 month or 2 months. So I'll do well to download it and upload so that you can always go back and review it. I salute our leaders that have lived before us and those that are still living, those that have fought for Biafra before us, those that are still fighting, our supreme leader, our prime minister, and all our other leaders, both those in the defense forces, those that are sacrificing their lives on a daily basis so that we can have Biafra. These are the men and women that we will celebrate tomorrow. These are the men and women that we will remember as we count 2nd of December as 1 year anniversary since we redeclared the restoration of independence United States of Biafra. You are not going to be celebrating Sunny. You are not going to be celebrating Biafra independence because you have not gotten Biafra yet. You're going to celebrate the men and women that are in the battlefield. You are going to celebrate the men that have sacrificed their lives, the women and children that are dying in their sleeps on daily basis. These are the people you have to pay your homage to. You have to pay your homage to the heroes of Biafra. You have to pay your homage and loyalty to those that have died for Biafra. Let the sacrifice that you do to the death outweigh that of the living, because these are the men and women that their blood still speaks for Biafra. Their blood still speaks for Biafra day and night. Their blood still speaks for Biafra as we commune here tonight. If there were no Biafra Defense Forces, on the 2nd of December, while we gathered in Lati to ratify the referendum result of Biafrans from all over the world, which gave us the mandate to append our signatures on the declaration document. Without the Biafra Defense Forces, without our babies, women, and children who have paid the prime sacrifice, there wouldn't have been a Biafra. The Biafra you seek are those that are sacrificing their lives on a daily basis. I am no better than our women and children that have paid the price. I am no better than our BDF who are in the bushes sacrificing their life on a daily basis. These are the people that we need to pay homage to and to remember. But I feel so embarrassed when I watch on the media and I saw that people that traveled from all over the world to Finland, and on the 2nd of December, they appended their signature on the declaration document. They casted their votes, and the votes were counted. 517 delegates append their signature on the declaration document. Some of you claim to be doctors, some of you claim to be professors. Some of you claim to be engineers. Some of you claim to be lawyers. Some of you claim to be BSc holders, PhD holders, master degree holders, bachelor degree holders. Some of you claim to have ND certificate. Some of you claim to have NC. Some of you claim to have normal diploma that you just do mandatory courses for maybe 2 to 3 months. Some of you claim to be expert in many ways and manners. But do you know that the most foolish and silly ones have actually come out to be the educational illiterate? How can all of you gathered from the Western world, I believe only 1% of Biafrans were able to make it from Africa, where North Africa, South Africa, East Africa, West Africa. Only 1% of Biafrans were able to make it from African continent to the convention in Finland. And on the 2nd of December was the day all of you carried out the ratification of the result. You all voted a paper was going round and you all voted. The numbers of the delegate votes counted were 517. The delegate vote were not counted on the 29th of November. The delegate vote were not counted on the 30th of November. The delegate vote were not counted on the 1st of December. The delegate votes were done on the 2nd of December. And it was on this same 2nd of December that you all read the declaration document. It was on this same 2nd of December that you all pronounced, we the people. I'm going to bring it to the screen. Dr. Bryson Okeoma was reading. He did not read that declaration document on the 29th of November. He did not read it on the 30th of December. He did not read it on the 30th of November as well. He did not read it on the 1st of December. He read it on the 2nd of December. That was the day all of you echoed and say, we, the people of Biafra, we, the people of Biafra, have hereby declared, based on the mandate given to us by the Biafran citizens, here represented by all the delegates here present in this convention in Finland. On what date? On the 2nd of December.
Yes, Biafrans, I thank you all once more for joining me today. That is 2nd of December, that we mark the redeclaration of our powerful nation, Biafra, which was initially declared in 1967 by our supreme leader, Odumegwu Ojukwu, and his gallant men. It was declared in that year because Nigeria will never allow Biafrans to breed. And unfortunately, some Biafrans are really playing a game of defeat by joining our enemies, by aiding and abetting the very speed with which our enemies are fighting us, supporting them in all ramifications to make sure that we did not reach our target. But by the special grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama, we are going to get there. It hurts, it's painful, it's difficult, it's costing us lives, money, and time. But my people, is well worth it. Nigeria is not a country that anybody will tell me, oh, I will gladly remain there, I want to be with them. Those who say that, or those who are doing that, are those who benefit among millions. If Nigeria say that they are 300 million, and only maybe 500,000 or 1 million people in the government are the ones benefiting, will you say that that country is benefiting anything? What of the poor masses? But Biafrans, we do not want Nigeria anymore. So Biafra was redeclared 2nd of December. I was there in Lahti, Finland. And I know those who saw me. I took picture with many, and we were all happy. You will all know that what is going on is not the wish of many, like those who were deceived and those who joined a wrong, a wrong cause, like those who followed Ngozi. Not all of them are still with her right now. Even those who left with Imam Madabu, not all of them are still with him. On the realization that they are towing a very wrong path. Biafrans, we are still in the mode of freedom fight. We are not a nation yet, and that is that fight that we want to have our own nation. We went, or rather, let me say, before we went to Finland, PM has been announcing that we are going to redeclare Biafra at Lahti, Finland, and that will be on the 2nd of December 2024, before he was rudely interrupted and he was detained by the sabotage of those who were working with him, those who were clapping hands for him. But my people, you know what? PM never knew that those who are beating that drum for him are those who will also shoot him on the foot so that he will fall down. And they all remains our enemies. Anybody who is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's enemy, anyone who is Mazi Simon Ekpa's enemy, remains the enemy of Biafrans. There is no how you will come and tell us, oh, I am a surrogate. Who made you a surrogate? Where did you get the surrogacy from? Why don't you want to follow your charter, your law? How do you convince the world that you are going to be a law-abiding nation? How can you be running away from Nigeria that is so ungovernable? They don't comply with the rule of law, and you are coming out telling people to recognize you, that you want to be on your own, and you will come with a wrong foot, showing the world that you cannot abide by your own rule of law. So, my people, we do not and will never be associated with such human beings. You are dragging us back. Anyone that is dragging Biafrans back is not a Biafran. You are nothing but a saboteur, and we will disassociate any kind of connection or relationship with you. Now, I posted something on my Twitter page, and I had like 20 people that commented, and one of them was there calling me old hag, that we were mingling with a man called Gunther. Gunther was the one that came to us. We don't know him. I personally, I've never heard of him. He came to us, and he's now jumping from pillar to post, because he has now realized that there are 3 factions. Ngozi's group, the real Breji, and maybe by extension, CRC. He called me old hag, that the man has now realized that we are criminals. So, but the post I made, I did not abuse anybody. We are not here to fight each other, but unfortunately, some of the saboteurs are fighting us. But my happiness is that America, they understand what saboteur mean. They know that Nigerians are desperate, that they are using some of us to fight us. They know those who are real Biafrans, and that is the Breji under Mazi Ogenkere, our APM. We are still on the mode of freedom fight. We are not yet a nation. And that is what we are fighting for, to get our own nation to be recognized. As I said earlier on, there's a video I watched, and that was a native doctor. I don't want to bring it out here, but I will tell you what that man said. He said that he was, pouring libation, praying and praying for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And the spirit of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was crying, weeping that his people have abandoned him, that we are all preparing for celebration of Christmas. Onyendu, we are not. We can never abandon you. You are the last person in this universe that we Biafrans will abandon, because you are the greatest freedom fighting leader in the whole world. Onyendu, we are not going to forget you or abandon you. We are not celebrating. Please, Onyendu, anybody that will send this message to Onyendu, we Biafrans, we are crying with you. We are mourning with you. We are praying for you. God Almighty will be your strength, because God created us. We are Christians. We are the children of God. So anybody who will come to insult me that I am an old hag, I thank God for old age. I thank God for my life. I thank God that I am able to live and see Biafra come as it is coming, because it will definitely come. We have paid supreme sacrifice for this Biafra. Our blood have poured down on this Mother Earth over this Biafra. Old age is beauty from God. And I prayed for him that he will never see old age. He will never be an old hag. He called himself Utaigwe. Any one of you who goes to Twitter should look for any name called Utaigwe. Father Lord, Biafra will surely come, and it must come. I am not in this to be praised by anybody. Please, I don't want anybody to praise me. I don't want any praises from anybody. Just use that time to praise God, because he's the one that brought us here. He is the one that our prayers goes to. He is the one that is keeping us alive. We did not create ourselves. We were created by God himself. So, Biafrans, know it that this is just a freedom fight mode. We are not yet a nation. I can never deceive myself. This is a freedom fight mode. Until Biafra comes, then we will celebrate. And by that time, Onyendu will be there with us, and our celebration will be in full. So my Minister of Information, who is always searching for right words to tell our people, in fact, I thank God that I am working with such a man. He never shifts. He never moves from his stand. He is always standing on the right path, and I will always stand with him. To support our APM Biafrans, you have to ask yourself, what are we looking for? Your enemies knows what they are looking for. Do you know what you are looking for? That is the thing. Do you know, or do you understand why you are fighting? For your well-being, for the well-being of your ancestors, your generation unborn, for the well-being of the entire Biafrans. So, how do you go about that fight? You need a weapon. And what is that weapon? Ejema and Eje. Ejema is a very good weapon. Eje is a good weapon. Even if it is one Eje, you will be appreciated. Because in the Bible, a widow gave everything she has. And what is that thing she has? 1 penny. we are Christians. We will always refer to Bible. Yesterday, there was an interview of our Elias Gariselos, powerful guy from Jim Moran Strategies, our lobbyist. And the man that interviewed him is called Dr. Bernard Ngalim from Cameroon. So, Biafrans, when I play that interview, you will see that Elias knows about our history more than Ngozi Orabueze. That very guy called Elias knows more about Biafra than any other saboteur we have. We are children of God. We are Christians. We are fighting for our freedom. Na-achị azụ bụ ọnwụ, mana ịga n'iru bụ ndụ. And we have to use our Ejema and Eje to fight. Ejema and Eje is our very powerful weapon. Do not look anywhere else. Focus on Ejema and Eje, and you will see how far we will go. Please, Biafrans, donate, donate, donate. That is my advocacy in this time of our freedom fight. It is not yet over until it is completely over. Ndị be anyị nọ n'ụlọ, ife nna akọwala unu bụ na Biafra ga-abịalili. Biafra a na-ebusa anyị agha. Kedu ife anyị ga-eji wee nụ ya bụ agha? Bụ ego. Ego ndị gboo, ndị nna nna anyị fa na-akpụ ya ejemma. Ọnya bụ ego anyị. Maka na unu ka nọ na zoo wee na-azụ ego fa, anyị wee kọtụọ ya short, ọ bụla eje. So ejemma and eje is going to be our weapon. Or if I ga-eji nụ ya bụ ọgụ. Our information minister nọ ebe a, ọ dị too powerful. Mụ nwa amasị gị na m ga-emenwu ife ọ na-eme mba. Maka na ekele ọlụ eke. Chineke dị egwu n'ụwa. Don't doubt what God can do. What God cannot do does not exist. For giving us the type of man we have right now as our leader, Mazi Ogenkere, a full-fledged Biafran, willing Biafran, and our Minister of Information. My people, we are good to go. Just make your donation because Biafra is here. 2nd of December last year, Kairi declared Biafra na Lati, Finland. I was there live to tell you that I will go all the way to see that Biafra comes, because we have lost a lot of our brothers and sisters in this battle. We cannot go back. No matter the distraction, we cannot go back. We are not celebrating. We are just marking this 1 year of redeclaration in Finland Lati. Onye ndu nọ n'ime. Mazi Simon Ekpa, our prime minister, ọ nọ n'ime. O nwere ife dịka celebration. So ndị be anyị, onye nwere uche ya mee ife dị mma. Ibulu ofeke, ị na-efegharị. Ọ gbasara anybody, all your life. But you see this Biafra, onye jikwana ya gwusa anyị egwu. Onye jikwana Biafra gwusa anyị egwu. Especially the mothers. Because no anyị nwa na-ebulu afọ ime for 9 months. Were ọbara anyị wee mụọ ya bụ ụmụ. A na-egbufa like this. Onye ọbụla agba nkịtị. A na-amagharị from pillar to post. Or the two okay. It's not okay. We are the mothers that carry these human beings 9 whole months and deliver them. So we know the pain, the agony of mothers losing their children, of wives losing their husbands, of children losing their fathers. We know the pain. No matter what you call me, no matter what you say, I will always do what I'm doing. Following Breji and Mazio Genkere and Mazi Sonia Akparawa. Do whatever you like. You cannot pull me out until Biafra comes. Yes, I will deceive myself. Go your way. I will continue to deceive myself. If you are not in homeland, you will be abroad. When England was fighting, Queen of England was fighting with her people. Go and search for it on the Google. She was fighting with her people. She supported them. So I am supporting Biafra. I will support Biafra. Let me, if it is deceit, let me continue to deceive myself. I'm blocking you. You will not make any more comment here. Yes, let me continue to deceive myself. Nigeria has proven to be a failure. Since 1958, that Nigeria started drilling oil, gas from Biafra land. They cannot do anything reasonable with it. We keep growing in population, 300 million for one country. No, my people, it's impossible. Nigeria must split. And after Biafra, we will support all the nations to get their independence so that you can run your own country and your own nation smoothly. Go to Europe. Nigeria is half the size of Europe. They have 44 countries. So it is easy for them to manage themselves. Because in Africa, your brain is not properly developed. You don't think well. You prefer Oyibo to come and take your oil and gas instead of Biafrans that own the oil. It has happened for so many years. But this marks the beginning of the end of that era. It will never happen again. Not now. Nigeria will continue to get it woto until they leave us to go. They will get it woto from Biafrans until they allow us to go. So today we are marking first anniversary of our redeclaration of Biafra in Latin Finland 2024. 2nd of December. Let us continue to listen to our information minister.
For you to restore, to declare the formal, listen, that was formal declaration. Formal declaration of the restoration of independence. So after the formal declaration, what are you supposed to do? You have to come back to the drawing board. You have to now come back and start implementing every tools to eradicate the existence of the occupiers in your land. A very big question to all of you that made it to Finland. As you came back after the 2nd of December, what have you done after the 2nd of December? Have you delegitimized the existence of one Nigerian terrorist in Biafra land so that you can claim victory that you have Biafra land fully delegitimized of the terrorist existence? Have you? Have you also engaged? Have you also engaged diplomatic war on the terrorist existence of one Nigeria to eliminate them in Biafra land? These are the questions you need to answer. These are the questions you need to answer. If you have answered these questions, it means you know what you are doing. They're looking at your result card and your report card. What many of you have done since you came back from the convention of 2nd of December is to fight the structure of BRJ. Is to work in many ways to destroy BRJ.
You see, my people, when people are fighting you, when people are saying something contrary to what you are doing, then you know that they are not with you. They may be very deceitful, very tactical in their deceit. But no matter how tactical you are, no matter how clever you are, you can never cover those acts. Look at somebody like Ngozi was working closely to the PM. Pushing. If they tell you how many of the cabinet ministers she fought just to get there, she only joined this struggle 2022. Barely 2 years ago. She came in fighting. Why? Because this is what she was planning to do. And who is she doing it for? She's doing it for those who hired her. Nigeria government, the Southeast governors. Now you see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our leader, was sentenced to 5 life imprisonment because of the demand of the governors. Why? Because the governors are very loyal to their Fulani slave masters. There is no how. I'm not surprised, to be honest with you, because that is Nigeria's modus operandi. Fulanis, they have no head, they have no tail. So you that have head, all they want to do is to cut it off. And they will tell you, Allahu Akbar. That's what they will tell you. And what does that mean? All lies. All lies. I'm not surprised, to be very honest with you. They were with PM. When PM introduced all the ministries, IOU, Ngozi said is scam. They were there when PM brought out the link for our donation. They held it. They were there when PM introduced Jim Moran to us and Amanda Bili. They called them criminals later on, after we came back from Finland. They were there when PM said that we will do this redeclaration of our independence in Lati, Finland on the 2nd of December. Ngozi want to turn it to 29th of December. That is trying to destroy every structure that was laid down. She came back and she felt so threatened by the presence and the stance of our Minister of Finance. She started attacking him. Since PM was there, we have never heard PM say anything against our Minister of Information, which is today our acting Prime Minister. She started attacking the man, telling us that he's this, he's that, which is part of her takia. Lies. Lies. Do you people know that every money that was in an account that PM designated for this redeclaration in Finland, that Ngozi is still with it till tomorrow? She has never declared it to Biafrans. and nobody is asking her. But her group of idiots will come on this platform. Oh, the other one say, woman, go walk. The other one say, keep on deceiving yourself. Just Confucianists, Fulanis. But we don't get distracted. We are focused. Right now, we are focused. So today we are marking that first anniversary, 2nd of December 2025. Exactly 1 year. Our Minister of Information, he is unshakable. He is unshakable. He stands gidigba, and I am standing with him. When Van Van Vam left, Van Van Vam went and was telling them, oh, that gullible Betty is still following Sonny sheepishly. Yes, I will continue to follow him. I will continue to follow him because he's a man of integrity. I don't move around with shady people because I'm not shady. I will show you the kind of person I am. If you like me, you like me. If you don't like me, move on. I don't want praises from anybody because your praises will do nothing for me. I don't need it.
Is to work to destroy the BDF, is to work to destroy the diplomatic circle, the lobbies and the attorney and everything that is happening in Washington, D.C. That is where all of you are fighting against. I want to see your result card. What you should do after the declaration of 2nd of December 2024. All the people that went to Finland, the professors and the bishops, the engineers, the PhD holders, the master degree holders, you all went to Finland, and then you signed a document. On that document, you signed it on the 2nd of December. You read it. Bryson Okoma took over 1 hour to read the declaration document on the 2nd of December. And all of you foolishly were echoing, yes, 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 as he read the declaration document on the 2nd of December. But after he finished reading, all of you now went and signed your signature on the same 2nd of December was when you all signed your signature. That was when you signed the declaration document. 2nd of December. The date you sign the declaration document is stipulated there, 2nd of December. But how far have your stupidity been? You now come back and start telling the people that, oh, the 2nd of December you sign on the document. You cancel it, oh. Hey, you don't take that one, use 29 of November. You see why they say when you put something inside book, give black man, he go become very foolish. And this is not something that was embedded inside a book by a white man and given to you. You people as black people are the ones that compiled the declaration document. It was not white people that compiled it and brought it and then imposed it on you. No, you compiled the declaration document yourselves. All your names are there. There is no name of a white person that was there to compile the declaration document. It is all of you black people that compile it. All of you.
Yes, my people, you know what surprises me? It's like this. Why is it that we black people we behave like this? Why? Why do we behave like this? If Oyibo man is in another country giving you command, you will be obeying it like ewu. But when your own brother will write something and give you, you will never obey it. You will start fighting. Are you people not tired of fighting? Can't you even see how peaceful these people appear? I don't know what is wrong with you people. You can never sit down and think, how do we move forward? Every African wants to go overseas. That overseas, did it just come back, fall from heaven? It's men and women like you that develop those countries. What is wrong in you developing your own country peacefully and giving yourself a break, running from pillar to post? Don't you understand what they said, that Rolling Stone gathers no moss? Eh? You all signed a document. Just some of you, one Nigerianist in our midst. You say you don't want Nigeria. You are running away from Nigeria. They are this, they are that. And you come out. And you will come out. When you come out, you will not do what you want to do peacefully. You will keep fighting each other. You will keep fighting each other. We are not part of you. I thank God that those of you who are the chaff have been separated from the weed. Go and rest. Onyendu said, if you are not part of what we are doing, you better get out. You better get out and don't come here to distract us. We are focused. We are focused. Today marks first redeclaration of Biafra. 1 year anniversary. That is what it is. So, Biafrans, please, my people, let us work together and make our country a nation that other people will come and it will become a tourist center. We will have businesses to do with foreign countries because we have all it takes. All this jumping from pillar to post will not save you. No. Or confronting your brothers. That is the trait of Fulanese. We don't want it here. Nigeria, geographically, may be half of Europe. Europe have 44 nations so that they can manage themselves. And as you can see, they are managing themselves. Using your brain, using your resources. Why don't you sit down and talk to yourselves? Finland is only 5.5 million. Nigeria is 300 million. Where have somebody who cannot even feed himself or clothe himself, you want to rule 300 million people? It's impossible. Not in the hands of Fulani. We Biafrans, we say no to that. No matter how long it takes, we will get Biafra. We don't want anybody to come and cry for us. Allow us to cry our cry. I'm telling you the honest truth. We don't need anybody to distract us. You see, this time, we are going to get Biafra. We are going to get it. And let me tell you people, you don't know the Yorubas, the Oduduwas. Once Tinubu comes out of the office, they will start their Oduduwa nation again. We all live there, so we know our modus operandi. We know how everybody behaves. Fulanis are not neither Oduduwa, they are not Biafra, they are not Hausa. Fulanis are from Futa Jalon, wherever, in Guinea. That is where they came from. So go and sit down. Ifeanyi Okoye also, we never called our PM, we never called him Sabo. If you are the one calling him Sabo, go and drink that you have succeeded. But he's coming out. He is coming out. Those of you who want Nigerianists, come back. Come back. Biafra won Nigerianists. I am here for all of you to talk sense into you because you have no brain. Fulani knows what they want. Do you know what you want? Also, bat. Bat is not a mammal. Is not, I don't know what we will call bat. You know, fairly from pillar to post, where are you? At least I am with Biafra Republic government in exile. And where are you? Where are you? In a freedom fight, anything can happen. And we are that educated. We know it. But in the end, Biafra will come. Onyendu have said it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it. That no matter what goes up and down, eventually Biafra will come. So we are holding firm to that prophecy of Onyendu. Abuse us, curse us, laugh at us, do whatever you want. Biafra will surely come. Now that we have aligned with the most powerful country in the whole world, America, you are not going to defeat us again. You are not. You Fulanis and you Fulani saboteurs, you will never beat us to it again. Not at all. We Biafrans, anyị ekwechirigo, iwu bụ na Biafra ga-abịalili. No matter what happens, Biafra will surely come.
Biafrans. But after you finish compile it, you now denigrate the same document that you compile yourself with your hands. The second that is written, you want to turn the second to 29. Che! Hello. Who did this to all of you?
Ask them all. Ask them.
Now, I want all of you to look at the screen. I want all of you to look at the screen. I want all of you to look at the screen. What do you see on the screen? What do you see on the declaration document on the screen? This is the declaration document that you all read in Finland. You all read this declaration document in Finland on the 2nd of December. You did not read this document on the 1st of December. You did not read this document on the 29th of December. You did not read this document on the 30th of November. You did not read it on the 5th of December. Neither did you read it on the 27th of November. You read this document on the 2nd of December. And it is stipulated there, second. And it was on that same second that you guys read this document and presented it to the world and casted your vote in Lati. Make una listen, oh. Wait, why is Bryson face not showing here? Make Bryson face so. Bryson, go ahead.
To recognize our Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Ekpan Joko. They have given our people hope. They saw the tribulations our people are passing through.
Please, I want to ask a very simple question. If you were in the convention and then you are arguing with me that your declaration of the ratification of your results and the declaration of independence was done on 29, please come to the studio and join me. Or you call this number on the screen. Call this number on the screen. I want to see the level of idiocy of some people tonight. Yes, I want to see. I want to understand something. I want to understand something, please. Did Bryce Odokioma read this declaration document on the 29th of November? Did he read it on the 30th of November? Did he read it on the 22nd of November? Did he read it on the 5th of December? Did he read it on the 4th of December? Did he read it on the 1st? Or which day did he read it? Was it on the 2nd? Then, while he read it on the 2nd, he still pronounced it that we the people, we the people on the 2nd of December, we hereby, we hereby, on the mandate of the Biafran people, after considering the referendum results of the referendum conducted from February to November 2024, we the people of Biafra, we the people here represented, please, if Bryson read this document on the 29th of November, please, I want to know. I want somebody to explain to me. Did Bryson Okioma read this document on the 29th of November? You see, the level of stupidity that some of you have is mind-blowing. You all claim to be in Obodo Yibo. Yes. You all claim to be in Western world. But you can't be very stupid past people way there for Africa. You call yourself doctors, you call yourself professors, you call yourself engineers, you call yourself bachelor degree holders, you call yourself lawyers and attorneys and all this. All of you call yourself you call yourself PhD holders, you call yourself master degree holders. But the declaration document that you sign, the declaration document that you read it on the 2nd of December, and it is dated there. It is dated 2nd of December was the day you read it. It was the day you unveiled the referendum result. It was the day you counted. It was the day all of you in that room voted. All of you in that room casted your vote on the 2nd of December as delegates. When you hear of 517 delegates, that vote were not casted on the 29th of November. That vote were not casted on the 30th of November. That vote were not casted on the 1st of December. That vote were casted to rectify the referendum result that was unveiled on this very same 2nd of December. And that is the vote that ratified the declaration. And that is the vote that solidified this declaration document that was read on that 2nd of December. You did not do it on the 29th. You did not do it on the 1st, but you did it on the 2nd of December. So why are you people now coming back to disgrace yourself in the media?
My minister, many of them are here distracting, trying to distract, but they cannot. Because we know that there are fools. These are those working with the governors in Nigeria. These are the people that put Onyendu in life prison because they are scared of Onyendu's face. But unfortunately for them, this group of people here, you all know yourselves. All of you and the governors, you have failed. And I thank God that America that is working with us now, they understand the English word called sabotage. The definition, they know it. America is very wise. They fought with Britain, so they understand what it means. Even people of Israel, some of them that will be listening to some of you, People's Club of Nigeria, they will believe and understand that some Nigerians infiltrated into what we are doing using some of you coconut heads who cannot reason. Fulani is neither Hausa nor Igbo nor Yoruba. Wazobia, Fulani does not, they are not there. You cannot ask yourself questions. You cannot get Biafra with DPU or DPO from there, CRC from there. You must work as one. And if those of you that have fallen away, we don't count on you. When Biafra comes, we will put all of you in Biafra prison. Just be sure, unless you come out of that your DPO and join the Breji, before you will be admitted into Biafra. Let me warn all of you. Those of you jumping like monkeys from one tree to another, you still have time now. You and Nigeria, your masters, you never knew that you will be designated, do you? That is one of the efforts of Breji. And many more are coming. Just be there, writing your nonsense. Be there, listening. When Biafra comes, all of you will be visitors and you will be admitted into Biafra as foreigners with conditional immigration documents. Just be there, wallowing in idiocy.
So you even drag a Konta and put inside. Yes. You drag Konta and put inside because Konta has become so foolish. Yes. Because he doesn't listen to what those that are actually piloting the affairs of Biafra are telling him. He wants to listen to what miscreants are saying in the media.
Real miscreants.
So you people now drag Gunter. Gunter is now the one that now come and affirm you to be 29th of November. Chai! How can you people be so useless? How can you people be so useless? Gunter.
Yes, they really are, and it hurts me to know that some Biafrans behave and think like this. It hurts me. In 1803, when our forefathers jumped into the ocean that they will never be slaves, I wish that they did it, that they were divided in opinion. No, they did it uniformly and together. You know, they did it uniformly. But look at this group. Ngozi onye aṅụrụma ọṅụcha mmanya ọ na-edisivugharị unu. Ngwa kịta, the key players in her group, have they not left her? They have all left her. Ijoma was the last one that was saying that when people were calling this woman Sabu, that she was fighting, that now she has no mouth to fight those who are fighting Ngozi, because she has now confirmed that Ngozi is a saboteur. Where is she taking you people to? Where? DPU. Is it only DPM? Not only DPM. Daalụ sọ nwanne m, ezigbo nwanne m. Let me display your write-up. Chiamaka, call me later. Now this number here. Will you come? You know, come on +44 7706 705575. Ikpom ka ikwuo about it. Okwa maka your donation. Come later, inugo. So, Biafrans, today is our anniversary, first anniversary of our redeclaration in Lati, Finland last year, 2nd of December. Anything that anybody is telling you, do not listen to them. We are very focused human beings. Ụfọdụ n'ime unu aghọtara ife Igbo minu. Igbo minu, I go before others. So, anybody name anything on a me anyway, we are gone from Nigeria and nobody can bring us back. Let us continue to listen to our information minister.
Is now the one that affirmed that your Independence Day was 29. Because he has seen you people being so foolish on the media and projecting 29. But the declaration document that all of you went home with, it is 2nd of December that you all signed. Is that not a shame? Please, who no get this declaration document, make it tell me. Now, I'm going to bring the front page. And let me see if I can fast forward this this declaration to the place where Bryson now make the pronouncement. Okay, I think this is the place. Listen to them. They are all shouting, USB, USB, USB. Hear them. All of them are shouting USB. And when did they shout the USB? It is when the declaration is read. The declaration is read that on the basis of the safe referendum conducted from February 2021 to November 29, and the Latin Convention the delegate vote authorizing using the outcome of the referendum. We hear that. And the delegate voted. So if all of you, 517 delegates, did not vote on the 2nd of December, how will your delegate vote of 517 validate the declaration document? If the 517 delegates did not vote on the 2nd to validate the self-referendum result on the 2nd of December, how would your declaration be validated?
Biafrans, let me zoom it out so that you can see. It says here, let me read from the last paragraph before. He said, on behalf of the people of the United States of Biafra, number one, declaration declares the restoration of the independence of the United States of Biafra, comprising 40 contending states, on this day, 2nd of December 2024. That's number one there. You look at it there, is there. On the 2nd of December, and today marks 1 year, first anniversary. That's what it reads. I have to welcome my sister Love and Ebenezer Ndewonu for joining us, and the Kukuchuku, Dalu so much. The other one is Leko Ndewo. Kpọọ m biko na this number, then I will give you the number to call for your donation. Daalụ so much. Thank you.
Here on the declaration document is stipulated, see it here written, that with the delegate votes, with the delegate vote of 517, with the delegate votes of 517,
Ogalomla program da.
with the delegate vote of 517.
Okay.
With the delegate vote of 517. So if you did not all cast your vote as 517 delegates on the 2nd of December, which declaration will you have said you have declared? You think that it is, you stand up, oh, we hereby declare, you will hereby declare, hey, hello, Meru.
Ndewo Charles, thank you for joining us.
I'm still waiting for made declaration. But now you came back and started shouting. You came back and started shouting. This is the second part. This is the second part of it. This is the declaration part that goes down on the screen. said, on the basis of the self-referendum conducted February 1st, 2024 and November Latin Convention delegate vote, authorizing using the outcome of the referendum, we, we are compelled to, on behalf of the people of the United States of Biafra, we declare the restoration of the independent United States of Biafra, comprising 40 states, 40 confederating states, on this day, December 2nd, 2024. On this day, December 2nd, 2024. Wait, is it that many of you have this declaration document in your houses, but you don't open it to read, to know the context of it? Is it that all of you have this declaration document and then you don't even know what is inside the declaration document? Then you were all doing your tell, like bingo. You were doing your tell like bingo dog. When they are telling you that your declaration document or your declaration of Biafra was on the 29th. And I saw some of you that even have beer like me. And some of you that even have beer that is white. I thought that you will have sense. You don't have sense. You're going about shouting that your restoration of Biafra was on the 29th of November. And somebody will ask you, where is the declaration document? Go and bring it. When you open the declaration document, you now see 2nd of December. How will the person count you? History has it very well that the declaration that was done carried out 517 delegates. 517 delegates voted to have the declaration done. 517 delegates. 517 delegates. Without the 517 delegates voting to ratify the declaration document, the declaration on that day, voting to ratify the self-referendum result on that day, the declaration is null and void. So there is nothing like mouth pronouncement that Biafra is declared today or restored today. It is not mouth pronouncement. Even our Prime Minister said it, that the declaration of Biafra is not by mouth. It is not mouth pronouncement. A formal document needs to be extracted. That formal document is a ratification document that shows that 500 of you, 500 or 1,000 of you, or 2,000 of you, or 3,000 of you, or 200 of you, or 150 of you, all gathered in a particular place, representing the entirety of the forest state of Biafra, and then you casted a vote. You unanimously adopted that vote, and you use it to endorse the declaration by ratifying that result. Without you doing that, everything that you do is null and void. So what happened to many of you that casted this vote? And what did you understand to have been the significance of casting this vote in Lati? What was the significance of all of you traveling to Lati to stay for 1 good weeks. You paid your ticket, you booked your hotel, you spent so much money just to make sure you participate in the ratification of the result.
So, Biafrans, what we are trying to let everyone know is that the declaration of Biafra is not a child's play, is not a joke. It is not, we are not paying lip service to the declaration or re-declaration of Biafra, because Biafra was actually declared by our supreme leader, Mazi Odumegwu Ojukwu. May his soul rest in peace. He is our supreme leader. And my people, you know that dead people, they watch. All these people that were slain during the war, everything we are doing, they are watching us. May their souls rest in peace. We cannot be joking with things like this. Our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is currently detained, our PM detained because of this same Biafra. And those of you who think that we are here joking, I'm sorry for all of you. Biafra was declared on the 2nd of December 2024 in Lahti, Finland. 517 Biafrans declared and ratified every document. There is no fight about it. That was what our PM said before the saboteur within worked with those outside and imprisoned our PM. Exactly the same thing they did on the 20th of last month to put Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu behind bars while they were busy, all of you supporting them, negotiating with bandits. Why don't you people leave us alone? Why don't you leave Biafrans alone? Today marks the re-declaration after the one declared by Ojukwu in 1967. So Biafra, this is what we are marking today. No celebrations, because our two powerful leaders are detained.
Carry your pen and paper. When you now count yourselves, you now say, I am here present representing the 40th state of Biafra. I am standing on the protocol of the result of the referendum that Biafrans have extracted from all over the world, which amounted to over 50 million. I am standing on that existing result, and I am hereby casting my vote as a delegate to endorse that referendum. Okay. Having known that you all signed the declaration document and you voted on the 2nd of December, the next question is, what have you done since then? What have you done since then to show and to amplify the declaration that you did on 2nd of December? What have you done? That goes back to the topic of this program now. What you should do after the declaration of Biafra on the 2nd of December. Show your result. show your results. Let us know what you have done, and let us know how far you have moved the baton to the next stage. Since you all came back from this convention, what has been your scorecard? Yes, here is a question now. What has been your scorecard after you came back from the convention? What has been your scorecard? What have you done? Before we go to that, let us go to play a video where PM explained to you what you're supposed to do.
At achieving to. Good afternoon, fellow Biafrans all over the world. Today is 20th day of August 2024, and I am here speaking to you from my base in Finland. I want to inform every one of you because it has become very imperative as we approach December convention in Finland. You must know certain things.
You must know certain things. Do you know why I had to take time to make this video? Because you know that many of you are Itibori boss. Yes, many of you are Itibori boss. Even as you are part and parcel of his cabinet, many of you are Itibori boss. And it is still his cabinet members that made him to make this video because he saw that many of their brains are empty. That even with all the strides and the template that we have gone with, they don't know what should happen after the declaration on 2nd of December. They don't know. So he still had to take time to clear their doubts so that even in his absence, they should have been using this video to correct their brain cells, which has been damaged. But they cannot. They cannot. Because they did not come for Biafra. Their minds were made up to come to be on the destructive side. Listen, he made a video for some of you that are Itibori boss.
Of the restoration of independence of Biafra that is to take place on the 2nd of December.
The declaration that is to take place on the 2nd of December, which is on the declaration document. What did the declaration document carry? Did it carry 1st of December? I'm asking you, what did this declaration document carry? This declaration document, what did it carry? Did it carry 1st of December? Did it carry 29th of December? Did it carry 29th of November? Did it carry 30th of November? This beginning part, this is the first page of the declaration document. Did it carry 1st of December or 2nd of December or 29th of December or 28th of December or 28th of November or 30th of November? Did it carry any other date aside from the 2nd? Even the printed hard copy, look at the hard copy document. This is the hard copy, the back page. The back page of this document carries 2nd of December. 2nd. This is hard copy. This is what the back page carries. And some of you get to the convention ground. You want to do Akbobi. Oh my God. You want to do Akbobi. So because of this madness, some of the dignitaries that were supposed to come in from America, they were supposed to come in on the 2nd to speak, and also on the 29th to speak, and also on the 30th. Because of this lackadaisical attitude, these people had to stay by, because you have destroyed all their plans the way they have put it based on the program that was pre-scheduled and handed over to them. Let's go back there.
Is targeted at achieving two objectives.
Listen, oh,
One,
your declaration is targeted at achieving two objectives. Two objectives. I want to ask all of you whether you actually see those two objectives. Your declaration is targeted at having two objectives, two important objectives. That is why it is a formal declaration. Formal declaration. It is targeted at having two important objectives.
is the delegitimization of Nigeria. Two is the legitimization of Biafra.
Yes. So, as you make this declaration, it is a formal declaration that you make. You now carry the vote of all Biafrans that speak in one voice and then make the declaration. Then, what happens next? With that, you have made a public declaration of delegitimizing Nigeria existence in Biafra territory. Then, on that same purpose that you sign, that same place that you sign, and then you declare, you are now legitimizing your existence as a Biafran then. But it doesn't end there. But those are the two things that you should have in mind, that as you do that declaration, this is what you're trying to do, and this is what you have done. Then after you made a declaration, you have to now go back to go and see that that formal declaration that you made, you put it into work. You put it into work. And for you to put it into work, you have to use multi-dimensional approach to put all this into work.
After the declaration, we are going to have a very long battle with Nigeria. But this battle, the good news is that we define how this battle will be fought.
We are going to have a long battle with Nigeria. He did not say a short battle. My people, what are we seeing today? Ndewo Williams, thank you so much. Ndewo, ndewo. Ndị m ji eme ọnụ. Ụmụ Biafra m ji eme ọnụ, ndewonu. Unu nwa bụ ike nkwa Aba. Daalụ for joining us. We are just here, my people, to join our forces together and fight for Biafra, regardless, because some of us don't understand. Ndị be anyị nọ n'ụlọ, unu ga na-efolokwa ife anyị na-ekwu o. Onye asịkwara na onwero nke m ada agwa ya, ana m agwa unu ife niile na-eme. Taa bụ 2nd of December. By this time last year, anyị jee Lati. Unu fụ Finland dị ka kitchen. O nwere ife fa nwere. 5 million kafadi. 5 million. Unu mana isi ka anyị jee protest on that morning. Nke a na-akpọ Biafra 247. Ọkwa media mụ nwa nọ ka ọ nọ. Mụ na ya nọ na the same Green Hotel. Ya na Ngozi Orabueze si na o nwere protest a na-eje for PM. Nna, anyị wee bulu heavy snow because iluo Finland kịta mapụta nwa ilo. Maka Finland bụ Russia, all part of Russia, USSR. Anyị wee nọdụ na snow. Minister of Information spoke to us through Zoom. O si anyị na-video, anyị na-post ndị media. Anyị nọdụ na snow na-video na-post. Anyị akwadobego na oge Ngozi ji wee zọkalụ ka efi amara ụzọ wee bata. Anyị amara ife nwaanyị a na plan. Nobody knew her plan. we never knew what she meant for us. No sonandi jidelu PM maka na ọ chọrọ ịza DPO, divisional police officer. Mana one day egwu ga-arọ ndị nkata ike. One fine day, ife niile mmadụ mee n'ụwa onye anwa ọ ga-anata ụgwọ ọrụ ya. But I thank God that we are dealing with civilized people. Americans are very civilized, very intelligent. That's why they have a very successful government. And I thank our PM, Mazi Simon Ekpa. And I also thank our APM, the most powerful silent man that believes in action. Our APM may believe Ronnie Koya. He is a man that lives with integrity and respect. And I have my loyalty and my respect for him. I also love our information minister. He's a man of integrity. Forget about what people call him. What you call us today is not what matters to us, but what you will call us in future when Biafra comes. So my people, our PM, a very powerful man. Ọ ga-apụta. And mgbe ọ pụtalụ ọfụ eziokwu. The same thing with onye ndu. When they come out, whatever they do now, I don't blame them. Because they are like blind people where they are now. Onwere ife fa na-afụ. So anything anybody gwalụfa, they will take it. I don't blame them. Ndị m na-blame those of you who are deliberately sabotaging your own freedom for ndị Fulani. Because every little delay you give to this Biafra coming is the benefit of the Fulanis. Fulanis are very few in number. They say that Nigeria is 300 and something million. Fulani is only 12 million or 13 million. Even if they are 15 million, they are still the minority because they are not part of us. Why is it that we are playing, some of you are playing towards their own side, giving them the opportunity to keep marginalizing you and treating you like a nobody? So Biafrans, wising up and rise up to your own freedom. Don't disappoint Odumegwu Ojukwu wherever his soul is. Don't disappoint his deputy, Philip Effiong. Don't disappoint all those Biafrans that died, all those Kwachoko children that died. Don't disappoint Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is currently where he's not supposed to be, in the hands of your enemy. And some of you are here dancing around, talking rubbish, writing rubbish, when your enemies, who is Shetima, because Shetima said that he's the security minister. Tinubu chose oil, minister of oil and gas. People are stealing your resources and you are here running up and down like headless chicken. You cannot think. Anything that makes somebody like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to stay behind the bars and Mazi Simon Ekpa, and you are here joking. My people, you should be serious. Look, this is our website, www.biafrarepublicgovernment.org. That's where our donation link is. Go and take advantage of that. Because currently we have no other weapon except that a Gemma and a J. Hello, my academic highness. You are on speaker. You want to talk to Biafrans?
Yes, good afternoon. Just sorry, excuse me for the noisy background, but I wanted to contribute to what they're doing. And first and foremost, happy anniversary for Biafrans, anniversary of the redeclaration of the Biafran state. that happened in Laiti, Finland 2024 on the 2nd day of December 2024. So, am I being heard?
Yes, you are being heard. Ndewo,
Yeah,
Jisike.
I just wanted to make a good reference. However, I'm in a noisy environment, but today is very, very pivotal and important because that is the date we declared Biafra. So, having said that, I wanted to tell our people this. See the confusion Ngozi Orakweze and our followers are trying to bring is expatiated like this. We started the preparation for the redeclaration on the 29th. We started the preparation for the redeclaration of Biafra on the 29th. Okay? And it was led by head of the Department of Military and Military Intelligence with a marching. The head of Department of the Military led the entire Biafrans to the hall, after which other protocols took over. Among those that prepared to these protocols were the military, the protocol members, Dr. Bryson, and our foreign visitors. On that 29th, there is something you call the readings of grievances of the Biafran people. That thing that they call declaration of 29. It's not declaration, but it's simply the reading of grievances of the Biafran people. That is the reason and why we opt out from Nigeria. Am I being heard?
You are, go ahead.
The reason and why we are going out of Nigeria was right on the 29th, whereas Biafra was redeclared on the 2nd, and it was followed by voting, what you call voting, that, registered plus or minus 517 delegates coming from all over the world. And the ratification, the subsequent ratification via signature on the 2nd. So what happened on the 29th was preparation. There are still other things that happened that people did not even remember. So Ngozi Oronbese, as somebody that has been planted, who wanted to maneuver things to her own advantage, ran quick and said Biafra was declared on the 29th. No, what was read on the 29th was grievances. Whereas Biafra was redeclared on the 2nd of December, followed by voting and ratification. That's what I wanted to say. So today is the anniversary, not the 29th. The 29th was the beginning of the feast, but it ended on the 3rd day of December 2024. Very simple. So God bless you, my sister. That's what I wanted to contribute.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Ndewo. Biafrans have heard.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yes.
Ndị be anyị ndewonu. I took picture with him and his group because that day they dressed like military people. We were all jubilating and it was fantastic in Finland. So anybody telling you anything to the contrary is still one of the saboteurs. And we don't count them. We don't talk about them. We don't think of them. We are moving forward. Let's continue to listen to our information minister.
After the declaration, we are going to have a very long battle. But I think Honorable Buru Fulani is telling people that the battle has ended. That she has finished the battle.
That's what she says.
When she brought the thunder, Thunder came and said, the battle in Olu has ended. The battle of Biafra has finished. So, to Orabuburu Fulani, she has ended the battle of Biafra. So, she is now in Biafra. and she is also in Nigeria. That is why she told many of you that she is going to transport all of you in a Delta airline and move you from America to Nigeria. You see, you are going to be in a very long battle. We are just starting the battle now after this formal declaration. The long battle is to start. So the question is, how have you fought the long battle after the declaration? Because the declaration was just a formal declaration, a formal pronouncement, a document extracted, and then you keep it. Then you now go back to the real deal in action. You now go back to the real enforcement of how to make Biafra fully restored. That is why I told you the people that you have to celebrate is the Biafra Defense Forces. It is the Biafra Defense Forces that have to fight the battle. They have to be the one to delegitimize the existence of one Nigeria in Biafra territory. It is not Sunny that you have to come and celebrate. It is not all of us that went to Finland that you have to celebrate. No. The people you have to celebrate that have to fight the battle are the Biafra Defense Forces. These are the people that are taking the bullet. These are the people that are defending Biafra land.
How do you celebrate them? You can't celebrate somebody with ordinary hand or mouth. You celebrate them by going to this website. There's a donation link there. That's how you will celebrate them. And that's what will make them happy, that you are supporting, that you are giving them what they need. And they are working on voluntary. Remember what Obasanjo said, that anybody who is a voluntary freedom fighter, that they fight to finish, because they know the pros and cons, and yet they put in their lives for you. So they are very, very tenacious, very focused, very determined. How do you support them? What is your own weapon? Weaponize yourself with Ejemma and Deje. That's the most powerful weapon in this our freedom fight. Ndị be anyị nọ n'ụlọ, nnwere onwe anyị na-azọ agbara aka emie. Ndị Igbo tụrụ inu si na agbara aka achọ nwata eze n'ọnụ, agbarakwa aka anụ ọgụ ahụ. Ife eji anụ ya bụ ọgụ bụ Ejemma and Deje. Ejemma bụ ego ndị nna nna anyị, nke Maazị Nnamdi Kanu bụ awa leader si nọ ife a ga-akpọ ego anyị. PM pụtakwa kpọọ ya Ejemma. Anyị niile na-akpọ Ejemma, maka na ndị be anyị ka nọ na zoo, dị trapped in the zoo. Ọnya ka anyị ji anụ ọgụ a, ka anyị wepụta onwe anyị n'ime zoo. Anyị wee si na ego unu na-atụ ga-aza half the name of our Ejemma, nke unu wee na-aza Eje. Biafrans, unu ga-aghọtakwanụ the meaning of Igbo. Igbo mean I go before others. Ọ ife Igbo mean, maka na unu ada ege ntị. Onye ndu si na onye chọrọ ka onye ojii ghara ime ife ọ na-eme, ya jee dee ya n'akwụkwọ. Unu ga-ejisi ike kịta na-achọpụta ife anything unu chọrọ, na-eje na Google just type ya de, ọ kọwalụ gị ife ominu. Ụfọdụ n'ime unu ejere akwụkwọ, ọ ya mere ndị mmadụ ji si m asụsụ n'ogologo oyibo n'ebe a, ikwutu n'oyibo ikwutu n'Igbo, ka ndị be anyị wee na-aghọta. Fọ anyị nwa bụ ndị na-asụ Igbo n'asụsụ, maka na Igbo dị 40 United States according to the ethnic grouping. So ife anyị na-akpọ ego anyị bụ Ejemma. That is now our current weapon. Weapon of mass destruction bụ Ejemma. And Eje ka anyị wee bulldoze Nigeria. onwe one guy nọ ebe a na-asị na US akwanyego Naijiria ọkụ na ọgbaghara dị na Aso Rock. Mana one prophet gwakwara Tinubu si ya ọ bụ na ị reliziri Maazị Nnamdi Kanu na Chukwu zikwara ya zie gị release that man or ọkụ agba unu na that. We are still waiting for ya bụ ọkụ maka na ọ ga-agbafa. Biafrans, unu agwụ na ngwọ na nkwụ enu na-abịa. Onye ọbụla jisi ike ka anyị welu this our weapon of mass destruction wee kwụọ Nigeria gwogwo. Ejema and Eje, the most powerful weapon at this time. So onye na-agwakwa unu na ya na-eme celebration anniversary anyị no. Aya na-eme celebration. Eji ndị isi anyị eji. If anyị na-eme bụ we are marking remembrance of our redeclaration. Maka na Ojukwu declare ya na 1967. We redeclared it na 2nd of December 2024. Taa ka o mere 1 year. Anyị na-echeti aya de celebrate. Anyị nwere uche, aya bụrụ ndị ala. O nwere inu ndị Igbo na-atụ sị na onye ọkụ na-agba na ya dachụ oke. Anyị soro na that group. Aya dachụ oke ebe ọkụ na-agba ụnọ anyị. Onye ndu eji our PM eji. O nwere ife anyị na-celebrate. We are just marking just the remembrance. That's all. So, wenitenu eje unu nwa bụ ndị nọ n'ụlọ, ndị na-azụ afịa na Ariaria, ndị na-azụ n'Otu Ọnịcha, ndị na-azụ na Idumota, ndị na-azụ na Ikeja Computer Village, ndị na-azụ na Moto Parts, wepụte na ego. Unu asịkwana na unu na-anụ ụlọ Krismas, unu anakwana maka na ndị ilo juru eju n'ọfịa niile. Anyị achọrọ lose any one of you. Anyị niile ga-ayị wee banye Biafra, wee ṅụọ ọṅụ dị n'ime Biafra, maka na Biafra ọ bịagokwa abịa o. Ọ bịagokwa abịa na onye ndị ilo gbara gburugburu na-eche ndụ ya nche mgbe niile. Ụmụ Biafra, unu alarụzi n'ụla. Wake up! Wake up! Oge our Lord Jesus Christ na-eje ịnwụ ọnwụ, ọsụsọ wee na-agba ya, na-ekpe ekpere na Getsemani. O wee kpegide wee pụta wee fụ na ndị ụmụazụ ya niile na-alarụ ụla. O wee tiefe aka sị, unu enwere ike iche nche with me for even 1 hour. Onye alarụzi n'ụla, onye ọbụla get up. Ọ anyị nwa bụ that Christians ndị America ji wee designate Nigeria. Kedu ife unu ga-eme kịta ijeje na-alarụ ụla? Wake up! Use your Eje and Ejema to fight back. That is my own little contribution. Let us continue to listen to our powerful information minister.
These are the people that have to fight for you to get the full legitimacy of Biafra in your hands. It is not me that is here in exile. No. It is those that are in the homeland. Those are the people that are bearing the brunt of one Nigeria. Those are the people that are carrying Biafra to fight to see that Biafra is restored. So if you're shouting on the media, oh, happy independence, you have restored Biafra. Which Biafra have you restored? You made a declaration, a formal declaration. A formal declaration does not mean you have restored Biafra fully. A formal declaration means you make a formal declaration formally. After you finish making the formal declaration, what do you have to do? Go back to work. Go to the drawing board. Go into the trenches. Go into the bush and do the real work. What you did was just a formal signature, a formal document that you sign. You pronounce with your mouth and then you sign. As you make that pronouncement, you are signing that you are ready for war. You are signing that you are ready for independence in total, no matter what happens. You are signing that you're ready to go in and start fighting war.
Yeah.
and you are ready to fight
Hello.
to the last man standing to get Biafra. So now I'm asking you,
Um,
since the declaration on 2nd of December, which war have you fought?
I,
How have you been
yeah.
fighting the war? Have you fought any war diplomatically? I'm asking the accountability group and the Oraburu Fulani. Have you fought any war military-wise in the homeland? Your war has been that all of you go and carry Biafra money that they contribute and give you. You go and recruit Ebubagu. You bring the Ebubagu to come and fight the Biafra Defense Forces that are actually
Well,
meant to fight the real
I'm,
terrorists
I'm,
and to
my
delegitimize
mind
the
is
existence of one
divided. I
Nigeria and
will
Biafra land.
call you when I will,
This is what Ngozi
or
did
call
with
me
your
back
money.
around 3:30.
Then, accountability group of Emma, they woke up. They started fighting the finance of Biafra government in exile. They blocked the website for over 3 months so that we will not be able to make any donation to support Biafra Defense Forces or Biafra Republic government in exile. So what they were trying to do is that they block all the avenues that you will use to contribute money to fight the war of the military or to fight the war of the diplomacy.
Yes, Biafrans. Like I said earlier on, when you are working with somebody and suddenly you deviate, you deviate, you are no longer capable of being trusted. And what English people call it is sabotage. And I am happy that Americans, they speak English, they understand what saboteur or sabotage means. They know that there are some saboteurs in our midst. And that's why I am very happy that they are working with Breji, bearing in mind that some people are working for Nigeria in our midst. How can you say that we are not taking care of the liberation of BDF and you left? And when you left, the CRC and his group, you went and called a man called, is it Okaf or whatever his name is, and you are paying into his account. You stopped the account with which we pay money to defend our land. That's the security and the diplomatic side. So, what do you intend by doing that? Clear evidence that you are a saboteur. You are sabotaging what we are doing. And you even finally did not start paying those people for whose sake or whose reason you gave, and you left. You did not give them any money. We have all the records. But my people, you know what? We are moving forward. Even if we are left 10 or 20 or 1, we will keep moving until we achieve Biafra. That's why PM in this video said that it will be a long battle with Nigeria, because they will keep using the governors and the People's Club with them in the person of Ngozi to sabotage Biafra, because she is the mother of all the saboteurs. We all know that. Where is she today? Where are the CRC? They destroyed and took away our donation link. But you know what? Our APM, Oku Gidigba, nothing mega. Our APM, Alpha, our APM, Bobankiti Oku Juru Nonu, he knows what he's doing. And I personally, I am loyal. Iwu bụ na Biafra ga-abịa, no matter the hanky-panky you people are playing. But bear in mind that when Biafra comes, you people will be answerable. When we call you to the court, you will come there for questioning, unless you did not return to Biafra land, because Biafra is here. Biafra is here.
so that you cannot fight diplomatically in Washington, D.C., then you cannot also fight military-wise to delegitimize the existence of Nigeria in Biafra land. They block all the avenues. They fight the finance. They went to go and bring the bank account movement that they know. They spread it all over the social media. They spread it all over the social media account movement of BRGI. This is what Emma did. This is what Choma did. This is what Bryson Okoma did. This is what Van Van Vam did. This is what Ruben Nadi did. This is what Dr. Sam did. This is what Azubike did. This is what Obi Obodo did. And all of you that are following them, this is what you all did. Is this how you are to fight the war? Because after the 2nd of December, you are going to fight a long battle
with Nigeria.
With Nigerian terrorist government.
Yeah.
To be able to gain full legitimacy of the Biafra independence declaration that you restored. You declared that restoration. You have to fight to restore it. Now, I am asking you that is celebrating nonsense. Have you restored Biafra? Have you fought the diplomatic war? Have you fought the military-wise war in the homeland? Have you won the war? Have you defeated Nigeria? Have you reclaimed your land? Have you gotten your independence fully? Because after the declaration on 2nd of December, you are supposed to go into a very long battle, a war that you need to fight diplomatically in Washington, D.C., a war that you need to fight military-wise in the homeland. The one in the homeland is to delegitimize the occupiers, terrorists in your territory, because you have declared independence. You are to reclaim your territory, so you should be expunging and sending out the remains of the occupiers. Have you supported the defense to fight this war and to get the victory? Have you supported the diplomatic war of the lobbies and the attorney Dabiri and Elias and Moran Global Strategies? Have you supported them to fight the war in Washington, D.C.?
My people, let me show you something. Yesterday, this man you see here, his name is Dr. Bernard Ngalim. Bernard Ngalim. If you type his name on the Google search, he is from Cameroon, a PhD. He was interviewing our lobbyist now that our information minister mentioned him. That lobbyist was introduced to us last year by our PM. Ngozi was there, Vam was there, all of them were all there. And they never said a word. They never rejected the idea of having a lobbyist. You all could see that Nigeria paid $2.7 million to get a lobbyist. Just last month, not 2 years ago. To tell you the importance of having a lobbyist in a freedom fight. This very man interviewed our lobbyist, Elias Garisolis, and you people will be shocked that Elias knows so much about our case more than Ngozi or Rabufula. Ngozi does not know anything about Biafra. She does not. If this guy were to interview Ngozi today, Ngozi wouldn't say all the things that Elias said here. Let me play a little for you to listen to before we go back to our information minister's speech.
To attack Nigeria, meaning he understands, or they already know where the terrorists are, and they could just go there and obliterate them, as he did with with the nuclear arsenals in Iran. So why take all these steps if he already knows that that is where the problem is and the terrorists could be obliterated?
Right. Those are two things, right? One is a symptom of the problem, which can be addressed through military action, right? Eliminating specific terrorists. But the problem will continue if the government of Nigeria continues to have politicians that have relations with these terrorists that covertly support these terrorist groups. So there can be operations that are done to eliminate terrorist cells and terrorist operators in Nigeria. But ultimately, we also need to engage on it using the diplomatic tools. It's not enough to use military tools. You have to use diplomatic tools in order to.
But you
address,
use military
behavior.
tools after diplomatic tools have failed. But President Trump started with military tools.
Well, as you can see, we haven't engaged. The U.S. government yet is considering its options, right? There haven't been military operations, full-scale military operations yet. And the President Trump has a very unique style, if you will, in terms of dealing. That's very unique, right, amongst the presidents that we've had. And I think that in dealing with a country like Nigeria, where people have for years been complaining about these issues, and the government of Nigeria has refused to listen to the suffering of its own people, I think, frankly, a straightforward style of the president is what's needed in order to show the government of Nigeria that we're serious and that they can't continue with what they've been doing. And you can see that the president's style has caused the Nigerian government to have a reaction, whereas for years they've just been completely blasé. And a lot of my friends in Africa very much like the president's straightforward, no-nonsense style. And I think when you're dealing with a country like Nigeria or some of these other countries where you have bad governments, diplomatic whispers often don't move the needle. You need to be a little bit more aggressive. So I think it's part of the president's diplomatic style of carrying a big stick. And I think sometimes that's what's needed. And I think it's been effective in this case.
I think President Trump's direct style, where he breaches diplomatic protocols, is one of the strategies that he uses to get things going and resolving problems around the world. But let's come back to talk about the funders of the Boko Haram. You have been emphatic that military officers in Nigeria and politicians are part of that movement. But we have on record on the floor of Congress a congressman reading an audit of USAID. And in it, he claims that the USAID has been of Nigeria is not performing its role.
And that's where many people are offended by the government of Nigeria, because they try to engage in semantics in terms of it's not Christian genocide, and that's not the technical term, and there is no genocide.
Yes, we're going to talk about that in a moment. I want us to switch gears now and talk about Biafra. So we'll definitely talk about autocratic governments like the government of Cameroon when we talk about Biafra in this case. In an article by the Africa Report, they say former U.S. Congressman Jim Moran, who lent a voice to the indigenous people of Biafra movement in 2024, the situation in Nigeria reflects human rights abuses, religious freedom issues, persecution of Christians, increasing Islamic fundamentalism with the Nigerian government and its alignment with U.S. adversaries. But in his statement, Ambassador Jonathan Pratt says, Nigeria is one of the United States' key allies in Africa. Is your firm having this thing wrong?
No, I think not at all. I think one thing to clarify is the U.S. government is a very complex machinery. It works in a very unique way. On any particular issue, you'll have different parts of the U.S. government that may have different points of view, right? What matters is what's the overall political consensus among those who are the decision makers. In this case, when it comes to taking a strong stance against the government of Nigeria, you see extremely strong support in the United States Congress. I've worked with many of these members of Congress. That's now been reflected at the White House and in the National Security Council and the President of the United States himself. And ultimately, in the nature of the current U.S. government, what really matters is the policy stance of President Trump. The viewpoint of the president is reflective in U.S. government policy. This is different than, let's say, other administrations where decisions are made at a more bureaucratic level through the interagency process. In this case, what the U.S. government policy is the viewpoint of President Trump. The State Department tends to be a little bit more, how shall we say, conservative and risk averse usually. So that's why you have people like Ambassador Pratt making those comments, but that doesn't necessarily reflect the overall consensus and the viewpoint of the people who are the decision makers. Mind you, before this whole topic took off the past 2-3 months in terms of Christian genocide and the stance of the President of the United States, you had people like Masad Boulos, who's another senior State Department official, who try to argue that the Christians aren't being targeted and that maybe more Muslims are being killed. Mr. Boulos has had a past history with Nigeria, given his background, and has friendly relations with the president of Nigeria. But then the president of the United States decided to take a different stance, given the mood in Congress and other parts of the government. I guess what I'm trying to say is the stance of the U.S. government is very clear through the opinion of the president of the United States. President Trump has even made comments saying Nigeria is a disgrace. So with due respect, what really matters is the viewpoint of President Trump, his influential people in the White House, and his allies in the U.S. Congress. And Ambassador Pratt, I think, is speaking a diplomatic terminology, but that's not really driving the U.S. policy right now.
Yeah,
so I just want to give you that.
Yeah, that background was necessary. And somebody who's listening to us now, it's definitely asking, how did you get to President Trump's ears, whereas his own ambassador could not convince him on these issues?
Well, that's why lobbying is important here in Washington, D.C. It's to engage in an education campaign. For the past year, we've been very proactively lobbying members of the U.S. Congress, educating them on these issues, building alliances. And again, we can't take all the credit. You've also had some pro-Christian evangelical groups that were very active and also lobbying on behalf of similar issues, Christian persecution in Nigeria. And
Well, Biafrans, you can see that all these are more academic than anybody can imagine. I haven't gotten to the point where he was answering so much about Biafra, how we fought during Nigeria, Biafra War 1967 till 1970, what happened and the reasons why Biafrans are still fighting. I haven't gotten to that point, and I don't want to keep wasting your time, but at least you have seen that this type of interview took place, and that Ngozi cannot answer most of the things that this very gentleman, who is not even an African, answered, because Ngozi does not know about Biafra. She only took the contract believing that bulldozing her way to the PM will give her the leeway to destroy what we are doing, because she has never actually achieved anything half of what our APM have achieved. So academically, they were discussing the issue surrounding Biafra. At least this way, so many people of the world have now known Biafra. As Onyendumazi Nnamdi Kanu said, that time is coming when Biafra will be in every dailies, all the newspapers, all the radio houses. And now you can see Dr. Bernard Ngalim is a PhD. So for him, such a guy, to be able to be talking about Biafra, you will know that since after the redeclaration last year, we have achieved a lot. And for our APM to continue working with this gentleman here is one of the achievements, a very powerful one, because Nigeria government spending 2.7 million to get a lobbyist or get group of lobbyists, it means we are doing well. And we have really outsmarted Nigeria in that sense, because the way America is coming up on Nigeria now, my people, let us see how Nigeria will overcome this. Let's continue to listen to our information minister.
Or you are fighting against the BDF, you're fighting against the lobbies and attorney, you're fighting against BRGIA. Is that what you declared Biafra on 2nd of December for?
Ask them.
You all went to Finland. You declared the restoration of independence of Biafra as a formal declaration for you to come and start fighting the lobbies and the attorney, for you to come and start fighting the defense forces. Butuzo and General Gentle and Oligos and all of them have now become the problem of Ngozi. Ngozi now fight them. Ngozi don't fight the Nigerian terrorists again.
No.
It is the Biafra defense forces that she now fight, looking for a way of destroying all of them. Hey, you recruit Caterpillar, a Bible terrorist group, and their main aim is to come and fight Biafra defense forces. What have you done? How have you fought the war after the declaration of 2nd December? Which war of diplomacy have you fought? Which war of military wise have you fought in the homeland? How have you restored Biafra that you declared in the homeland? Hey, okay, listen to PM, listen to PM, listen to PM.
We will fight them diplomatically, we will fight them politically, we will fight them internationally, and of course, we will fight them locally.
Did you hear that? We will fight Nigeria politically. We will fight Nigeria diplomatically. We will fight Nigeria internationally. We will fight Nigeria locally. We will fight Nigeria in Biafra land to make sure we remove them from Biafra land. I am asking all of you, how has EMA Accountability Group been fighting Nigeria politically? How has Ngozi Orabufulani been fighting Nigeria politically? How has EMA Accountability Group been fighting Nigeria military-wise? How has Orabufulu Fulani been fighting Nigeria military-wise in the homeland? How? How have they been fighting locally? No. Their own war, their own fight is to launch fight against Biafra Defense Forces. Their own fight is to launch fight against BRGIA. All their fight is against the lobby. So, you see Ngozi this way. You see Honorable Accountability Group this way. They are coming openly to tell the lobbies and attorney that they should not try to restore Biafra. That when they make one step, that they themselves will destroy it 3 steps, 4 steps, 5 steps. Let me see if I will get the video. Let me play it for you people. For some of you that are not aware, or for some of you that have forgotten how their madness have gone.
Yes.
They are telling you to the face, Elias, Attorney Daviri, okay, Nkere, Sonny, stay away from Biafra. You cannot get Biafra. Stop fighting for the restoration of Biafra. These are their utterances. Listen to them here.
Elias, come close, let me tell you. Stay away from Biafra.
Aha.
You can't succeed.
Okay.
Elias, come close, let me tell you.
Okay.
Stay away from Biafra.
Okay.
You can't succeed.
Oh.
My people, have you heard something like this before? Assuming that Vam 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 was here telling Shetima or Gumi or Tinubu that they cannot succeed in Biafra or to stay away, what would you have been thinking? But this is the guy all of us were sitting that day in the media team when these people were unveiled by the PM. And this very Elias told our PM that you have outsmarted Nigeria, that you are a brilliant leader. He started showering praises. And now you have all seen that Nigeria government voted 2.7 million. Do you think that if we have that 2.7 million, we will be crying for donation every day? That's the utterances of a man who wants Biafra to come. Let me tell you, my people, in everything you do in life, maybe you want to start business or you're already in business, you must always go to seek legal advice on that area. Because some people specialize in certain areas. Even if you are doing entertainment, we have entertainment laws. We have business law. We have mental health law. Everything in this world have legal aspect of it. You need somebody that will advise you. That's why we have Amandabiri. And that's why we will not forget our PM at all. We will not forget him in a hurry. Never. Because he did Biafra a whole lot of good by sending a man like our APM to be going to these congressmen and be meeting them with Elias, by making him our finance minister, because he's a very good manager of money. PM was very, very calculative. All the structures, he put them together and he put them rightly. Is Nigeria not crying now? Are they not crying? But look at what somebody you think that will be very educated and very intelligent. Somebody was always telling me, oh, you Biafrans, if you don't have people to lobby and fight for you internationally, you haven't started. And after the unveiling of Jim Moran, I called him and I told him, I gave him their name. He said, give me their name, let me search for them. Then he called me back and said, hey, now you people have started. This is not lies. This is not joke. It happened. Because so many Biafrans are just sitting on the fence, waiting for their slaves or their servants to fight for this Biafra and get it. Yeah, you can stay on your fence as much as you like. But when you come down, do not come to interrupt what we are doing, like this Ewuno here.
Okay. Watch the other.
How the Fulani
Watch the second one. Watch this other one. Watch this one now.
penetrates Igbos, penetrate Biafrans. A different breed of Biafrans that understood how the Fulani terrorist cabals and Nigerian government works. So when you see the criminal ex-British cabinet members, the criminal lobbyists that are parading with them.
Ngwa onye anụnwasị unu na ya bụ a PhD, na ya bụ doctor, but ọ mara ife a lobbyist mminu in a freedom fight. Onye na-azọ nwere onwe, ọ na-akpọ onye na-eduye na-aga ụzọ. That is the diplomatic aspect of our freedom fight. Ọ sị na ya bụ a doctor, ọ na-akpọfa criminal. Imagine that na ịkpọ mmadụ afọ ọjọọ na ị na-emebi afa the person. Now the person can sue you. She never knew that she could be sued. Onye Zolia bụ PM. Only God ma ife kpata PM ji wee mee that thing. Only God knows. Mụnwa, I don't know. I cannot tell. Onye zọrọ nwaanyị a bụ PM. And only God knows why he did that. How can you be a doctor? It's in a PhD, but you are not educated enough to know that if you are in a freedom fight, that you need a lobbyist as part of your diplomatic fight.
In the name of trying to restore Biafra. Biafrans already stopped them on their track.
Okay.
That is why they cannot go. They can't move anywhere. Not when some of us. Not when some of us. So Nigerian government, I promise you today, the money you are giving to the is a waste because they cannot go anywhere. They can't go far. Once they take one step, we are taking 5 steps ahead of them.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
Once they make one step, we are taking 5 steps ahead of them to stop them from restoring Biafra. Did you hear Ngozi? Did you hear Ngozi? You listen to the other one, the generational illiterate, that is talking, wah. Elias, stop fighting for Biafra. You cannot get Biafra. Listen to him again, generational illiterate.
Elias, come close, let me tell you.
Imagine.
Stay away from Biafra. You can't succeed.
Okay. Here, these are the result card. These are the report card. This is the diplomatic war and the political war, the international war, the local war in the homeland, the military-wise war. This is how they are fighting their own. Their own war is by destroying all the efforts of BRGIE lobbyists, destroying all the efforts of Biafra Defense Forces under General Igwe Butuzo. Now they are looking for different factions. Let me also show you people. Yes, let me show you people another thing. So that you see, so that you will see how they are actually fighting for the, so that you see how they are actually fighting for the Biafra that they are supposed to fight for. What you are expecting from them after 2nd of December. Yes. What do you expect from people after 2nd of December? They are giving you the result. I've just showed you the result of Orabo Fulani and Accountability Group of Ajare. That is the result of what PM said. PM said, after the declaration of 2nd of December, what are you supposed to do? What are you going to do? What you are going to do is to fight Nigeria diplomatically, politically, in the homeland, and also military-wise. But you have just seen how they are fighting their own. Their own fight is not Nigerian government again. Accountability Group of Emma and Choma and Ajare is not Nigerian government they are fighting again. But PM said we are going to fight Nigerian government. Honorable Boro Fulani is not fighting Nigerian government again. Our fight is the BRGIA and the lobbies and attorney that is working so hard to get what? To get Biafra restoration and independence. And she swore there that when they are making one step, she will make 5 steps, 2 steps, 3 steps, 4 steps to stop them. So I am asking all of you, show your report card, show your result card after the 2nd of December declaration. What have you done? What have you achieved? How have you fought Nigeria diplomatically? How have you fought Nigeria politically? How have you fought Nigeria locally? How have you fought Nigeria military-wise in the homeland? I am asking a question, and I am showing you the answer. Yes. This is another way that Honorable Bolo Furani has also fought Nigeria. This is how she is now fighting Nigeria. You see? She is turning it to madness. Can you see this one? This is the madness that Honorable Bolo Fulani has also brought again. Can you see the kind of drama? Earlier, this year, she was wearing silpers, doing parade. Now, this was on the 29th of November. This is another group that she now brought. Just look at them. Look at what you see on the screen. This is the handwork of Orabu Fulani. Can you see what is on the screen? This is Orabu Fulani handwork. This is how she is fighting Nigeria. This is how Orabu Guru Fulani is fighting Nigeria. Can you see it? This is how she's fighting Nigeria. This is how she's fighting Nigeria military-wise. Do you see the people? You see them? First, it was survivor whistle. First, she was to use survivor whistle to fight Nigeria. She was to use survivor whistle to fight Nigeria before. And now, survivor whistle no work. She can't say, hey, she's going to hire Delta flight and carry all of you to Nigeria. And all of you went like zombie, woo, 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 and followed her. After that one, no work now. Where she come there now? She don't come change pattern. Now it's a different pattern now. The flight where she want to carry on her go, the flight never land. I mean the flight never ready. I'm asking you, after the declaration of 2nd of December, what has been your report card? What has been your result? What can you show forth that this is what you have done and this is what you have achieved? You have APM going to Washington, D.C., and then sparking the discussion of the Christian genocide in Nigeria. That was done in the congressional briefing. The same BRGI under APM Kere have submitted petitions and sanctions against Nigeria and Finland. The congressional testimonies are there on the U.S. congressional website. The U.S. government website are there. The fight still continues. You continue to see diplomatic and political engagement of the APM, Okechukwu Nkere, with his entire BRGI cabinet, making the rounds. The open door to the designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern came to be after BRGIE, led by Okenkere, carried out a congressional, first ever congressional briefing on Biafra in the Capitol Hill of America, the Capitol, the White House. That is the first in history. With that testimony given there, and with the testimony that was already given prior to that briefing, and all the Biafrans that testified inside that congressional briefing, the U.S. government could extract the evidence of what they needed. And that is how you get to see that the Christian genocide that nobody had the boldness to talk about was now brought to book. The U.S. government has put fire on the nyash of Nigeria because of the U.S. congressional briefing of Biafra, of BRGI under Okenkere. That is why and how you see that Nigeria are running helter-skelter, running up and down, running from up to down, looking for a way to come and kill BRGIE. Because you see the news. The news is making the rounds that BRGIE have caused them so much panic.
Yes, my people, listen to this guy. Listen to him.
The second day of December 2025. Good morning to everyone. Yesterday, I analyzed the video of the leader of the Social Democratic Party in Nigeria, Mr. Adebayo. Mr. Adebayo, on Niger Watch program, he was granting an interview to the journalist who was asking him about insecurity in Nigeria. Mr. Adebayo, who is a friend to Tinubu, was seen exposing his friend. He said Tinubu is working with Boko Haram. Boko Haram is the number 2 most dangerous terrorist on earth as of today, 2nd December 2025. Mr. Adebayo said that Tinubu is working with Boko Haram, that people are now afraid to send letter to Tinubu because Boko Haram is going to read the letter first before Tinubu will get it. So he explained a lot of things that commissioner of police in every state in Nigeria have the contacts of the terrorists in those states. And he said that Nigerians don't pay ransom or don't negotiate with terrorists, that Nigeria as a state don't negotiate with terrorists, contrary to what we know, that this is just a bargain between official terrorists and the terrorists in the bush. So he made us to understand that Tinubu Islamic regime is a terrorist regime. That is what the leader, Mr. Adebayo, who is a friend to Tinubu, the leader of the Social Democratic Movement, made us to understand yesterday. This is following the revelation from Nasser El-Rufai, who was the former governor of Kaduna State and former minister of FCT. Nasser El-Rufai was seen on the national television, Chinese television, some time ago. Nasser El-Rufai said that Tinubu made it a policy to be paying the terrorists through the office of the National Security Advisor. Are you surprised? Up to today, Tinubu did not deny the news. Tinubu did not deny the allegation. They are afraid of El-Rufai because he knows what they called the truth. Not only that, recently, St. Mary's Catholic school children were abducted, they were kidnapped. A helicopter was seen up above their school. The helicopter was painted green, white, green. That is the color of Nigerian flag. And the helicopter is said to belong to Nigerian state. The only thing that is missing in the helicopter is that people were unable to take the helicopter tracking number because it is far, and people were scampering for safety. So not only that, the teachers testified to this, that helicopter was used to kidnap school children. And before the school children were kidnapped, the military who were guiding the school children, because they had intelligence that they are going to kidnap the school children, the military, they received a call and they left. Up to today, the Nigerian state refused to provide who made the call and asked the military to leave that they are coming. But we know it. It came from the office of the Minister of Defense. Now, the issue is getting complicated. About 2 days ago, there was a tension that led to the resignation of the Minister of Defense. Yes, your Minister of Defense, Nigeria Minister of Defense, resigned yesterday. And he said he's resigning on a head ground. Hello, Nigerians. I don't think there is anything wrong with that man. However, United States of America want him out. Yes, US demanded for his removal, but not only him. Also, Matawande. Matawande was accused by the governor of Zamfara State, the incumbent, that he is sponsoring terrorists. That Matawande is part of this terrorist group, jihadist group they call the Bandits. This is a sitting governor coming to national television to make such statement. Not only that, when the school children were abducted, Matawande flew from Abuja down.
So if you want to make a remote income from home and you're a beginner, meaning right now you have a 9 to 5
to states to negotiate, with these people to release some of the school children. So this is what is actually going on. So United States of America, that was last week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, they conducted area intelligence monitoring in Nigeria. Their drones and spying aircraft was seen above the northern part of the country for 3 consecutive days without stopping. This is following the statement of Donald Trump. Donald Trump trended because he was telling people that Nigeria is now a disgraced country and he's going to go into the country guns above the northern part of for 3 consecutive days without stopping. That was last week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. They conducted area intelligence monitoring in Nigeria. Their drones and spying aircraft was seen above the northern part of the country for 3 consecutive days without stopping.
So, Biafrans, are you hearing this? America's drone has been hovering over northern part of Nigeria for 3 consecutive days, and that drone is monitoring what is going on. So America is putting fire on Nigeria. And who made it possible? Breji. Breji. So for those of you who think that we are not doing anything, stop counting your eggs until they hatches. Stop, because some of them will break on the way for you. Let's listen a little bit more before I switch over.
This is following the statement of Donald Trump. Donald Trump trended because he was telling people that Nigeria is now a disgraced country and he's going to go into the country guns blazing to take away the terrorists. Now, people are afraid, despite the diplomatic move to counter the narrative. They didn't succeed because Donald J. Trump is a man who don't listen after he speaks because he listens before he speaks. And up to today, Nigeria has succumbed to pressure because there are a lot of evidence and proof that United States has provided before them. Tinubu don't have a choice than to comply. US have demanded that about 7 persons from Tinubu cabinet will be shaken out. And after they have been shaken out, there will be nothing like he's serving the government. Don't kill him, don't arrest him, don't do this, don't do that. These people might be facing for everything they have done wrong. So the issue here is that the report has it that the United States has provided 7 names that Tinubu must shake out with immediate effect from the government. But the question still stands. Is Tinubu not the part of coalition that imported the terrorists called bandits in 2014-2015? That is a part. Kashim Shettima has been accused several times, who is the vice president, of harboring and funding terrorism. Are these 2 people going to resign? People are afraid of America because they don't know the next move of Donald Trump. Donald Trump said something and he kept quiet. What is he planning? What is he doing? People don't know. But through his silence, everywhere is shaking. He's commanding others, and the Nigerian government are obeying the order of Donald J. Trump. This is terrible because so many things are going to happen from many days hence. Yes, Donald J. Trump is shaking the Nigerian government.
Have you people heard it? You have to search for your information before you give it out. Those who think that what we are doing is a child's play, you can continue to think again because we are serious.
Otherwise,
We've already placed order for over 5 million survival whistles from a specialized company.
Now, Biafrans, she is here talking. Whistles. What will the usage of whistle do to our freedom fight? And this was the question our information minister asked, what you should do after 2nd of December declaration and what you have done so far. Show your report card. And this one is talking about whistle. And human beings are still following her. Is whistle gun or bullet? Or is whistle diplomatic movement? Our PM said that there's going to be a long fight with Nigeria after the declaration, internationally, diplomatically, politically, and locally. Which one is the whistle here to fight for? This is the question. Very pertinent question that sensible followers of this madam is required to give us answer
to deliver it to all the 40 states in Biafra land.
Have you heard it? Deliver whistle.
All the Biafra citizens are going to be going out to their daily work every single day carrying the Biafra survival whistle.
I am playing the achievements of the war that Ngozi has fought for you. Yes, this is the war that Ngozi has fought. Ngozi brought whistle, survival whistle to all of you. Yeah, she said, the survival whistle is for all of you as a Biafran to use as a weapon. Anywhere you see Boko Haram terrorists that want to kill you blow the survivor whistle.
Wow. Great
Hey,
achievement.
I beg, if you have not laughed since January, please, you have the right to laugh now. Let me open the survivor whistle again so that you can laugh.
From a specialized company to deliver it to all the 40 states in Biafra land. All the Biafra citizens are going to be going out to their daily work every single day carrying the Biafra survival whistle.
Do you people know there were many allegations about this whistle? One is that they said it's poisonous, and if you put it in your mouth, it will be killing you gradually. Two is that if you are blowing it, you will be telling the enemies where you are. That's her own achievement. But my people, we have to move. We have to move. Oboro ndị ite bụ na afịa na-aga.
Been fighting Nigerian terrorists since after the declaration of Biafra? That's my question. Because the message from PM was, after the declaration, we are going into a very long war. And we are going to fight the war diplomatically, politically, internationally,
And
locally, military-wise, and otherwise. So I'm asking everybody, how have you been fighting the diplomatic war since after you made the formal proclamation and declaration of the restoration of Biafra on the 2nd of December? How have you been fighting the war? Has your war been with survivor whistle? Has your war been by attacking and destroying every effort of BRGIA? Has your war been on fighting against the lobbies and the attorney of what they are doing in Washington, D.C.? Has your war been on attacking Sonny and Okenkere? Has your war been on attacking our finance and blocking our website so that Biafrans cannot be able to donate money to support their freedom? That is what I am asking you people. Let me bring another one. Let me bring another one because after survival whistle did not work, another plan came out. So we are asking.
Biafrans will be going home in March this year, and nothing will stop that arrangement. We already have arrangements concluded for direct flights from the United States of America to Nigeria, from Europe to Nigeria. In the next couple of months, we will be able to finalize that agreement, and we will let the Biafrans know the airlines to board.
From America and Europe to Nigeria, not even to Biafra land. Even if it is a slip of tongue, at the first mention of Nigeria, she repeated it again, from America to Nigeria and from Europe to Nigeria, to go and give you over to your enemy. That is all she learned from our PM after dancing around PM like a yo-yo. This is it, Biafrans.
April 24 of 2025, up till today, your flight never ready. Today now, you change tactics. This is the next tactics that you are giving your Mumu followers. This is the next tactics. You now launch a new group for them. You launch a new uniform for them and they start doing like taekwondo. Look at the people that you're launching now. This is 29 of November. This is your new trend. Is this how you have fought for Biafra since after the declaration of December? Is this how you have fought for Biafra? Is this how you have fought Nigeria diplomatically? Is this how you have fought Nigeria politically? Is this how you are having meeting with the US senators to put Biafra on the table. Is this how you are discussing Biafra with the US lawmakers? Is this how you are discussing your own Biafra with Senator Ted Cruz? Are these your Senator Ted Cruz? Are these your own Senator Ted Cruz? Are these your own Speaker of America that APM is having meeting with? Are these your own Senator Ted Cruz? Are these your own lawmakers of America? Ngozi Orabuburu Fulani. Are these your own? Oh my God. Are these your own? Are these your own? Hello, Mero. Those that are following you, I don't know the kind of brain they use
No be small thing.
to damage them.
Mm.
Because somebody had to use another brain to damage the brains of your followers. Yes. Please, let me play again the video of
I'm repeating.
let me play again the video of
Check this.
let me play again the video.
Yes.
I want to play again the video of whistle blowing. I want everybody to hear the whistle blowing again. Please hear the whistle blowing again.
We've already placed order for over 5 million survival whistles from a specialized company to deliver it to all the 40 states in Biafra land. All the Biafra citizens are going to be going out to their daily work every single day carrying the Biafra survival whistle. The Biafra survival whistle is mostly for two things: to stop the killing of innocent Biafrans by the terrorist state of Nigerian military, police, security, Ebubago, and all their lives in Biafra land. Anywhere you are.
Everybody, anything.
This is another group, because they have created themselves into different factions, and the sole aim of all this madness is to see that they destroy Biafra.
From here, good evening from my side.
Now, you will be wondering, what has a accountability group done? After you saw their Ajare telling you Elias should stop fighting for Biafra, that he cannot get Biafra. Honorable Guru Fulani also said you can't get Biafra, stop fighting for Biafra. Some of you did not know. Come and listen. This is how they block the BRGIA website, the former website. They blocked the website for over 4 months. They say they don't want to see money coming in or going out, because Sonny and APM has refused them to take control, because they want to control accounts. They want to control BDF. They want to control the lawmakers in America. They want to be the one to go and see Senator Ted Cruz. They want to be the one to go and see the Speaker of America. They want to be the one to go and see Congressman James. Very long fight. We are going to fight diplomatically against Nigeria. We are going to fight politically against Nigeria. We are going to fight internationally against Nigeria. We are going to fight locally against Nigeria. We are going to fight military-wise against Nigeria. The war will take long, but we will continue to fight. It may take us many years. We will continue to fight until we get the freedom achieved. But when they came back from convention, they turned the barrel of gun from Nigeria to BRGIA. They turned the barrel of gun from Nigeria to our finance. They turned the barrel of gun from Nigeria to our lobbies. They turned the barrel of gun from Nigeria to where? BDF. They decided to block the website so that you will not have any fund coming in. Biafrans cannot donate. They divided the house into three. Oravuburu Fulani go one side. Them, they go one side. They block the account. They came up and announced and say they are blocking the website, they are taking over. They say they are placing vote of no confidence on Sony and APM. They use the UK rep. They use the entire people in Europe and say they should stand and cast their vote and say that they are taking control of the website because they want to block the website for the next 3 months, the next 4 months, so that no Biafran will be able to make donation to come in or go out. Listen to them how they did it.
Here is already, of course, we are in, majority are in Europe here, so you know the time. So, and our brothers and sisters in other parts of the world, I greet all of you. Thank you very much for this short period of time to say hello to Europeans, mostly Europeans, and address one or two things. It's a kind of, first of all, the first one is an apology to European rep and all the European members. And for you, we received the letter, the complaint you sent to us, to both CRC and the BAC, the Advisory Council. But due to time constraints, we have been very busy. I know all of you know that we just came back, and some of us came back from Finland just 2 days ago. So, and that letter was sent, I think, the period we are living for Finland. So we didn't have an, up to now, I've not that letter, I don't know the content. I just saw it, I just took it, but I didn't read it because of time. And our General Secretary, the same thing, she hasn't really more information about,
and contribution platforms are linked. So at this stage, Biafrans will be able to go and contribute on the websites the way that they.
On Brazil was trying to say that. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Okay.
This is video while he was addressing the family. Thank you.
So I hope everyone can see me.
We can see you. Thank you.
If you go to
you have to wait to join again.
Thank you, CRC. We can end then.
These people have just displayed to you how they have done their fight. Their own fight has been against the website where you all make donations. Their own fight has been against BRGI. Their own fight has been against the lobbies. Their own fight has been against every template that you bring on the table. That is what their fight has been. Their fight has not been the one Nigeria terrorism. They turned the radar on BRGI. They turned the radar on the account and the website. They turned their radar against the lobbies. They turned their radar against everything that has to do with BRGI. You saw them hitting their head on the shoes and say, Elias, go and sit down. You cannot get Biafra. Go and sit down. Go and sit down. You cannot get Biafra. Elias, go and sit down. You cannot get Biafra. Then you ask them, is that what you're supposed to fight for?
Other causes. So, for example, I don't know how many times I've talked to people who are partial to the Nigerian government in the United States and will accept the Nigerian laws with itself and with its neighbors. The fact of the matter is,
military-wise and otherwise. But the rest of those monkeys, they decided to make BRGI their fight. They decided to make the lobbies their fight. They decided to make the attorney their fight. They decided to make BDF their fight. But here is a landmark event. first in history U.S. Biafra congressional briefing in Washington, D.C., inside the White House, the Hilton Hill. Nigerian government were crying so hard to stop this congressional briefing. They tried so hard to stop this congressional briefing, but they could not succeed. Even Honorable Buru Fulani.
You people were not there on Saturday during the time of our, not on Saturday, on Sunday, the North and South America Town Hall meeting when our APM made a speech. If you hear what he said, how Nigeria government fought very hard to stop Biafrans from going to this Capitol. They fought, but it failed. To tell you that this place where they were during the briefing, you will know that our APM and the Elias are very powerful men, because it's not easy for Biafrans to be allowed to come into this Capitol and this congressional hearing. Nigeria fought against it, and you could see how they all came with all their might and power to fight. If you go to Semaphore News or the one they call Parallel Facts, you will see how they were gnashing their teeth. Ngozi cannot step her foot here. Neither could the CRC. They can't. So we are moving, my people. We are moving ahead. Ahead.
Meet the U.S. ambassador. And one of the top American interests is religious freedom.
One of the top American interests is religious freedom.
Yes.
The message is delivered. One of the top interests as a priority to the U.S. government should be religious freedom.
Yes.
Christian persecution. So, the Biafran government in exile were here. They established the case. They continued to engage the lawmakers. And then the fire continued to spark. And all of you were like, oh, how did it happen? You can hear the religious freedom where we started putting the message here. We tabled it very well. And Michael Rubin were encouraging us and telling us, you have to continue to go on that path. Yes. You have to preach based on that path. Because it is a top priority to the American government. They have to follow on that path, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a victim of religious persecution.
Yes.
He's a victim of religious freedom. He's a victim of Christian genocide. So all Biafrans are Christians. And all those that are persecuted and massacred and the genocide carried out on them, they are what? Christians. So we are going on the priority, the top priority of America. Because you have not restored Biafra yet. No, you have not restored Biafra. What you did was a formal declaration. You have to go into action to now restore fully in action, so that the action will now speak louder than words. What you did was word pronouncement. What you did was formal declaration with paper, using the vote of over 50 million Biafrans. Then going forward, what do you have to do? You have to go into war. You have to fight the war diplomatically, politically, mentally, and otherwise, locally, military-wise, physically, with everything you have. How have you been fighting the war since after 2nd of December of 2024? It's a very simple question. If you have fought the war and you have reclaimed one part of Biafra land, let me see your hand up. If you have fought the war and you have sent the police, the terrorists, and the army and one Nigerian structures, the governors and ministers and senators, if there are no more singing One Nigeria in Biafra land? Let me see your hand up. So you are on the verge of fighting to get Nigeria terrorists exit Biafra land. So don't start celebrating Biafra independence yet because you have not gotten the full independence. You made a declaration and you are to go back and fight for the full restoration of it. That is why I asked the question in this very program. What you should do after the 2nd December declaration. What are your results and what have you done so far? So, it's time, if you have not been fighting, stop being carried away by drama. All this group that you see, all these splinter groups, or Abu Fulani, an accountability group of Emma and Ajare and Choma, they are just to fight you and to distract you. Do you know how Martin Amdekano described them? He described them as Hausa group. Yeah, he described them as Hausa Fulani group that brought them up to come and distract you. That is how Martin Amdekano described them. How are they fighting the One Nigeria terrorist fight? When you come to the homepage here, what you see here is what happened here in 2025 after the convention. After this congressional briefing, then Senator Ted Cruz launched this legislation act against Nigeria of designating Nigeria as country of particular concern. I am asking what accountability group and Honorable Fulani group have done. This congressional testimony was also submitted here in this 2025 after convention. About when? This was in July. This was when the US Congress published it on their official website. July of 2025. And in this congressional testimony, what is it asking of? This congressional testimony is asking of the sanction on Nigeria, asking of sanction on Finland, asking for the release of our Prime Minister, asking for the release of Mazen Amdekano, asking for the recognition of Biafra, asking for more sanctions to be placed on Finland and Nigeria, and also offering terms of understanding for political support to the US government. This is what BRGI are doing. This is how they are engaging. This is how they continue to have diplomatic and political talks with America against Nigeria. This is how the arms sales to Nigeria was paused. How many of you remember when the news about Nigeria purchasing arms from Nigeria came about? Then BRGIE, the APM, made with senior officials of the US government. And this publication came out. Pause arms sales to Nigeria. BRGI rallies US lawmakers in Washington, D.C. for Biafra recognition. Then BRGI in talks with the US government over deal makes offer public. What have you not seen that BRGI under Okengere have done? The message was, after the declaration, you have to continue to fight Nigeria politically, diplomatically, internationally, in the homeland, military-wise, physically and otherwise. I am asking a question. Have you seen what Honorable Fulani have done politically, diplomatically? Have you seen what she has done in military-wise in the homeland? Have you seen what she has done internationally? Have you seen what the accountability group and Nigeria Redem and Choma have done with all their professorship that they have and their doctorate degree? What have they done? Nothing. But you see, BRGI under Okengere, Okengere, you people say is a mechanic. You see, the man that you people say is a mechanic is actually the man that have access to Washington, D.C. to talk to lawmakers, to engage them. But professors and doctors become blind and foolish. They don't have the ways and manners
to penetrate the US government. You see, this life, balance. So that means it is not all about professor. It is not all about doctor. It is not all about the certificate you have. It's about the connection. It's about knowing the right buttons to press. It's about using the right tools to do the right maintenance on the engine. It's about using the right screwdriver to lose a particular screw that needs to be loose. It's about using the right spanner to lose the right nut and bolt that is needed to be adjusted for the car to start. It's about knowing the right plug, the spark plug that you need to put inside the engine so that the engine will spark. It's about knowing the right button to press so that the engine and the ship will spark. Not that everybody have tried to spark the engine, nobody can, because none of them knows the right key to use. None of them knows the right button to press. But the person that knows the right button to press, it doesn't make too much of noise. He just come, he carried the right key from his pocket and put inside the right place, turn the engine. You start hearing the machine don't start. So I am asking them to show me what they have done since after 2nd December, how they have fought diplomatically, how they are fighting Nigeria internationally, how they are fighting Nigeria politically, how they are fighting military-wise, how they are fighting in the homeland, how they are securing anything in the homeland, where they are in control of and what they have achieved so far. The BDF are standing check back, and they are loyal to this very BRGIA. They are doing their work very well with the little that you all are able to afford. And thanks to God, today, that you have to celebrate tomorrow. You have to celebrate them for what? For their gallantry. Yes. You have to celebrate them for what they have done, for how they have defended Biafra land, for how they have not allowed your babies, women, and children to now become part and parcel of the IDP camps. You have to make sure this video of BDF, everywhere you have them and know them, bring them all out, circulate them all over the social media. This should be your celebration tomorrow. This is how you remember and sing the praises of the men and women that are actually protecting your land. These are the men and women that are in the trenches as we speak. These are the men and women that are not asleep. It is not time for you to come and celebrate Sonny or celebrate Okenkere. No, our APM, or even celebrate our PM this time. No. The men that you have to celebrate are these men that are taking the bullet. These are the men and women that you have to celebrate tomorrow if you have anything to celebrate. They are the people that will protect and defend Biafra land and to keep it away from the terrorists. They are the people that will fight in the trenches. They are the people that will make sure your babies, women, and children are not taken as refuge. They are the people that will make sure over 300 of you are not kidnapped in your schools. They are the people that protect and keep you. Without Biafra Defense Forces, you are nothing. Without Biafra Defense Forces, there is no Biafra. Without the military of a country, you are nothing. So it's time everybody wake up to understand this. That your hopes are only embedded in Biafra. And where you have to make it happen is in your BDF. I'll be posting out many more videos from BDF. Whichever way that you know how to do the videos and to put it in a very good way, please do it. Beautify it the more and let the world see and know that these are the men and women that have sacrificed for you to have Biafra. These are the men that you need to celebrate. Celebrate them and give them the strength. Celebrate them and give them a gemma so that they can be able to get more logistics to defend your land. If the babies and women and children of Zamfara, Plateau, Benue had men and women like this, they will not be running away from their lands to Cameroon to seek refuge. They will not go and become refugees in Cameroon. So that is why after the 2nd December, what you are supposed to do is to continue to fight Nigeria with everything in your blood. Fighting them diplomatically, politically, socially, internationally, mentally, and otherwise. Fighting them from the homeland, military-wise. Fighting them physically. Fighting them with everything. That is why, while they are packing dead bodies of babies, women, and children in the far north, you are not packing dead bodies. Your 300 babies are not kidnapped in their kindergarten. Your 300 babies are not kidnapped in their schools. Your nursery 1 and nursery 2 children are not kidnapped in their schools. Why? Because there is Biafra Defense Forces. These are the men you have to celebrate tomorrow. Know their worth and remember that these are the men that have given you the reason to say there is Biafra. Okay? These are the men you need to celebrate. Don't celebrate us in exile. Don't celebrate even what we have done so far in exile. Celebrate the men and women that has made Biafra land to be safe. And also, continue to ask all these many people, ask them, what have you achieved so far? What have you brought to the table? Ask them. Like these ones here that we're backing. Ask them, what have you brought to the table since after the 2nd December? What have you people achieved? While, okay, in Canada, you are achieving so much in Washington, D.C. The BDF that you all are all fighting against are doing so much. I salute all of you. And please, the war has just started. You have to go and prepare yourself to fight the war because you made a formal declaration on the 2nd of December. On the 2nd of December, you made a formal declaration that you are ready for war, to fight it diplomatically, politically, socially, internationally, mentally, physically, spiritually, military-wise, locally, and otherwise in the homeland. It is time to fight the fight. You have not fought the fight yet. It's not time for celebration. But celebrate the men and women that are fighting the fight. Yes, celebrate them. But continue to give them what is needed because you have not restored Biafra yet. You have not gotten your independence yet. You are still asking America to give you recognition. You're still fighting to get your lands back. You have not taken control of your lands yet. Nigerian terrorist resistance still roams in Biafra land. The governors and the senators of one Nigeria are still in Biafra land. The police and the army and the Air Force and the Navy and the Bubagu and all the terrorists of Nigeria, they are still in Biafra land. Until when you have finished this long war of removing them, you now know that you are in full control of your land and you have taken everything back. So for now, it's time for the war to begin diplomatically, politically, internationally, locally, military-wise, physically, mentally, socially, spiritually, and otherwise. I wish you all happy anniversary of the declaration of the restoration of the independence of Biafra. Tomorrow marks 1 year anniversary since 2nd December of 2024
that you all put your signature. 517 delegates voted to unanimously adopt the self-referendum result from Biafran people of over 50 million. Yes. So tomorrow marks 1 year anniversary since you did that declaration, that formal declaration. After doing the formal declaration, you have to go to the war. Let us go to the war and fight the war. Thank you all, and may Chukwu Kikabiama give us all the strength to fight the war of Biafra that we have declared. Yes.
Thank you, Biafrans. Those of you who are listening, Diego, Ndewo. Thank you, my people. We have all heard from our information minister. He has actually done a noble thing by reminding us of today, which marks the first anniversary of our redeclaration of Biafra as our independent nation, fighting from exile. As he rightly said, we are not yet in homeland as free people. We are still fighting. We are still fighting. PM said it here that we have to fight internationally, diplomatically, politically, and locally. How are you going to fight? Please, fellow Biafrans, if you look at the foot of this studio, you will see our website, www.biafrarepublicgovernment, all in small letter, .org. Go there. That's our website. Everything is there. Everything you need to know, including the donation link. Please, my people, make your donation. Ndị be anyị nọ n'ụlọ, unu afụgo na ebe nwata na-ebe akwa na-alụ aka, nne ya nọrọ ya, nne ya ga-anụ ya. Akwa anụnwa anyị na-ebe wee na-alụ aka this way, o ebe Biafra dị. Breji, Biafra Republic Government in exile. Onye ọbụla gbaa mbọ make sure na idoneti, ọ bụlụgodu penny, ọ bụlụgodu afụ, mee ya wit obi ọcha. Emekwania as if na o nwere onye na fight jihad, maka na anyị abụrụ ndị na-akpọ isi anyị. Kpọọ this number +4477 06, let it come on, +4477 06 705575. Ma ọ bụrụ na ị nọ n'ụlọ na ị mara ebe ị ga-edonate, ịkpọrọ ana m na that number, aga m enye gị nọmba onye ị ga-akpọ ka ị donetie. Ụmụnne m, ka anyị jisi n'ike, bikonu, ka anyị jisi ike. Our information minister, he has said it all. O nwerozi ife ọzọ fọdụ unu a ga-agwa unu. Bikonu, no, this Ejema and Eje bụ our own weapon. Onye ndu nọ n'ime. And dịka m si kwuo mgbe m batara n'izizi, anyị anọgo here how many hours now? 3 hours 52 seconds. Ekwu m si na o nwere onye dibịa mwọchi na Facebook yesterday. Ọ sị na ya gbara afa maka onye ndu, na onye ndu na-ebe akwa alịrị, na anya mmiri juru onye ndu anya, na ọ sị na anyị na-agba Christmas wee lụzọ ya. So we are not celebrating. Today, anyị tosili ịdị na-eme celebration, a na-eme program, na-eme nka, but anyị adịghị. We are only reminding ourselves na o nwere ife anyị bido, na datin anyị bido bụ nnwere onwe anyị, and na ọ rekwayalụ ịnụ ọgụ. Onye ga-abịa na platform a na-akọ m ọnụ, ọ fụrụ mmalụ na m abụrụ onye ọcha, and na m abụrụ onye Hausa, abụrụ m Fulani. Ịzọ Biafra ọ bụ ọgụ ka anyị na-anụsi onwe anyị? No. A declaration for your independence abro a declaration for war against your brother. Ọ nzuzu ka ọ bụ. Sọsọ onye nwere uche na-emie. Mụnwa ada emie. Adama fight anybody. Onye nna fight bụ Fulani maka na ọfa ji anyị. Adama fight any Biafran. In fact, if fight godum okwu nkịtị ka m ga-agwa gị. I will not fight you back. So Biafrans, etele ụgba etele azụ. Nsọ ite bụ ya bu na n'ekwu. Inu ka m tụrụ. Na website anyị here, go there. www.biafrarepublicgovernment.org. You will find our donation link. Tunye ego gị there. Anyị need ịnụ ọgụ. We don't need it. What we need is to work together. Anyukoma million ogba ofufu. Fulani knows what they are fighting for. And they are going straight for it. We Biafrans, I'm a ife nacho. Okay, obu na ife nacho. Let us go for it. Our information minister has enumerated all the achievements so far of Breji since after that declaration. And then the banyo did easy. We have our current leader because we are still in freedom fight mode. Ejide onye nke apụta, ejide onye nke apụta, our APM puta kita. I beg your pardon. How do we support him to fight this battle? We have to support our APM by going to this website. Our weapon, Ejema and Eje. Please, my brothers and sisters, Onyala Rosenola, this is not the time. As Christians, remember that when Jesus Christ was praying at Gethsemane, they described the sweat coming out from his body as heavy rain, drops of heavy rain. And when he came out, what did he see? He saw his disciples sleeping. And he woke them up and said to them, can't you even pray with me for 1 hour? Now that Onyendu is detained, PM is detained, and our APM is always going front and back to meet the people that will support us. Can't we support him? Can't we support him? Even if it is 1 AJ or 1 AJMA, donate it. We will appreciate you. We are not ungrateful people. No. We Biafrans, we are not ungrateful at all. We know that every penny makes a lot of noise, contribution. So my people, we have to stop from here. And I thank all of you, those of you who came, to join what we are doing. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to bless all of you. Yes. Chukwu Okike Abiama will continue to bless all of you, my people. And we have to call it a day from here because wonderful Biafrans. Atuolo Omalo, also feke, ka ọ ga-abụ atụọlụ utinye isi n'ọfịa. Please, my people, fund our freedom. Fund it, please. Fund our freedom. I will leave you here and love you and say, I love you too much and may God bless you all. All must continue to hail Biafra. Bye.